So new development. I am here for Valerie Cross, but I'm logged into the computer as Mustak, who was here, and my head's cut off. I'm gonna get shorter.
Oh wait.
Or you should get taller.
I'm reasonably sized.
Perfect. You're perfect. Yeah, perfect in every way. Reasonably sized. I like the way you put that.
Yeah, definitely reasonably sized.
Freshly shaven or shorn. Is it shorn?
Yes,
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Stones Live Poker. Justin Kuraitis here with Brent Harrington, the newest addition to our Stones Live commentator team family.
Oh, yeah.
I would say.
Newest?
It could go,
Okay.
aren't you the newest? Have we hired
know.
someone after you?
I'm not sure.
I don't think we could. How could we hire someone after we hire Brent
sort of
Harrington,
like the
right?
same reason why Jesus didn't have a brother.
Right. Well, we have a.
Maybe not.
Actually, he did. He did.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I don't know. What's the?
But not to get all religious on everyone, we have a very special game tonight. It's a very rare format for Stones Live. It is a Harlan-less game.
Oh, I was like, wait. I'm pretty sure it's the same game, but yeah.
Harlan-less. Harlan-less. Yeah, it's 5-5 no limit.
Harlan.
Minus Harlan. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of game we have. Now Harlan, we let him, do something for himself for a while. We give him some free time. He went to Maui, so I'm sure he's missing us really bad. I mean, I would rather be here in a poker game. There's no poker in Maui. There's no poker in Hawaii. It's illegal. They will
I'm sure there's he found some really great
they're gonna kick down your door.
Home game or whatever.
Could you imagine going to jail for playing poker? How horrible that would be.
That would be awful.
It's not going to happen here, and it's not going to happen with these players. The chips are on the table, and they're flying around. Let's head down there and see who we got tonight. In Harlan's seat, the one, the only, Dave C.
Oh.
And apparently we need to talk about Veronica and friends as well. That's Dave C in seat 1, and you can see that picture of him scooping a massive pot. I don't know if you remember this, with Jack 3 of hearts, and he made that flush on the river.
Oh, no,
I believe,
maybe I thought that was a photo from the first time I covered him on a stream, but maybe
I
that's
believe
a different
it's
hand.
the second biggest pot on the stream after Harlan's infamous Harlan.
Even when he's not here, he's here.
So Dave's in his seat tonight. Let's see how that goes for him. Seat 2, returning to the stream after a little bit of a hiatus, is Frederick. And Frederick is one of those players that actually used the stream to gain knowledge and make himself a better player. So, and we got to see that transition. You know, Justin, Kelly, and I were on Monday nights together for a long period of time, and it was during the time he was playing. And we got to see him go from, average poker player and see his skills build and build and build as he used it as a tool to watch himself play and get better. So moving right along, seat 3, Ace, he occasionally hits the stream. He's always fun, a lot of gears, mixing it up. And seat 4, pretty much the same speech. That's Garland. And since we couldn't have a Harlan, we want to have someone with a similar name.
Okay.
But if you've seen the stream, Garland is a rock solid player, capable of making moves, but he definitely has just an ABC style, and then he'll throw something wacky in.
Oh, okay.
It'll come from out of nowhere you won't expect. So he's aware of his image, and he plays off it. Seat 5, Taylor. I actually am just kind of learning about Taylor. This might be the second or third time he's made it on the stream. I do know that is the proper way to spell Taylor. So if you think about it, most Taylors spell it Taylor. That's actually Taylor. Taylor is the correct way. And I wanted to point that out because we have Taylor in the back here.
Taylor.
Well, he goes by Taylor, but his name is pronounced Taylor.
So
this Taylor in the game, though,
mispronouncing his name for his entire life.
Right.
Okay, got it.
Well, and I taught him tonight the proper way to spell his name, and I don't know if he's going to accept it though. He's, he thinks he knows how to say his name better.
People and their names.
Yeah, it's like he's the expert. Like, what makes him the expert?
On his own.
On his own name.
Let's check his.
It's not like he chose his own name.
True.
Someone else chose it for him. He didn't even pick it himself.
Do we know that he didn't legally change his name? Like maybe his
initial
name was...
Technically, no. I don't know that. But I'm gonna go with what's likely.
Okay.
I think I have the nut draw, but there could be blockers. Yeah. So that's Peter in 6,
Taylor.
and Peter is in 6.
Peter in 6.
I thought
you
were just talking about Taylor for like 5
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you okay?
No, yeah.
Is that
It sounded
tea?
like you were.
Tea, or
it
is that
sounded like
vodka?
you were segueing to the next person.
Look, I know we got
wrapping up Peter. I didn't want you to skip Peter.
I'm not.
It looks like he's eating already.
He's already eating his salad, so salad bets are off for the night. That picture is 20 years old, but that's okay. That's definitely him still. Santa is in seat 7. You might also know him on the stream as Aces Aaron. You done messed up. Aces Aaron.
Oh.
Pocket Aces, Aaron,
Okay.
Santa.
Nice.
Love having
Santa.
Aaron on the stream. Kind of new to the stream, but he's been making a lot of appearances. Arthur, fun player.
Oh,
Have
yeah,
you watched him
Arthur's
play?
been on a few, yeah.
Arthur is a great player to watch play. Very aggressive, capable of moves, but also I love these aggressive players that kind of have this not a standard game style, but still
It's
like they
nice
know
when
what they do. They
people
know
are
what they're
capable of
doing,
moves.
right? Yeah, it's
There's
very
two
cool.
places where that's really great.
And-
a dance competition and poker. If you're capable of moves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and last but not least, that's Watbry, and
Watbry.
he plays on this other little show that I've heard about called Live at the Bicycle. I
Live
believe.
at the Bike?
Living at the Bicycle.
Is that a reality
It's a
television
reality
show?
poker TV show. You know, I haven't seen it, but I heard it's almost as good as Stone's
I heard it's
Live.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's a regular from that show, and we have a hand underway. So, yeah, let's see what
Boom.
happens. Boom, just like that. So I was made aware earlier that these guys are doing the bomb pot even without Harlan. So every
okay.
time there's a dealer change, $25 goes in the pot,
$25,
and
nice.
and everyone sees the flop. There was 7 people seated when they agreed to that. So assuming the last 2 players agreed, and if you see that they don't do it, I'll be able to point out which player screwed it up for everyone.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Yeah.
So no secretness. no secret, like,
So
you're
look-
just telling them straight out.
Right out of the gate, Arthur hits trip 8s, and it looks like he's put in a bet of maybe 50 or 75. Is there another green hidden under there? Maybe, maybe not.
It says 80.
I'm gonna log out of Master C's account here, or should I text something?
Yeah, just give a
Okay.
message. Master C in the house.
Heyo, Master. What, Master C loves JFK. Woo! Thank you, Master C.
Wow, what
Yeah.
kind words.
Okay, I'm gonna log out now.
There's been a trend lately. People
Okay, so
leaving
is an 80 bet, and Dave is calling with a spade draw.
Peels one.
Kind of a scary paired board to go
Yeah,
for a
not
small flush
fantastic.
draw, right? But I like his guts. He's not going to shy away from it. Jack does not. Oh, Jack actually puts the check mark. Now, what do you think for Arthur's sizing here? Should it be very small, like when you hit a big nut hand, or is that too much of a giveaway? And it looks
has
like
to
he
be bet
did.
the flop and
he
you
did
bet
go
the
small,
turn.
right?
I mean, that's a pretty.
145.
That card really hits a lot of people's calling range, I think, on that board. If you know, like, I don't know.
And there, okay,
Ooh.
so that card saves
Jackpot
Dave.
hand. That's what Arthur's saying.
A ton of money.
It's like
yeah.
somebody.
Right.
No.
Nine queen of heart. Oh, well, it's still not a jackpot though.
Yeah, that's true, because you need. Well, 7-9, and oh yeah, you wouldn't be able to get it. Never mind. I guess 7-9 of hearts, and then pocket eights. Yeah,
Pocket
there
eights.
we go.
Yeah. We can dream.
Yeah. I mean, that would be cool. Has that happened on the stream?
No,
Jackpot
we're still
hand?
waiting. You know, we've had rack attacks and we have big pots, but no jackpots. I would really like that to happen. You know, when that big hand with Harlan happened, it looks like a bet, and David will throw away there.
Yeah.
And you
Well,
know.
Arthur could think that, you know, if Dave's calling twice on that board, that the flush getting there or a straight getting there might get him paid.
The worst thing that happens
keep betting.
for David is that a spade comes on the river,
Sure.
and then he probably just not raise but pay off whatever Arthur decides to put in there, unless it's an all-in substantial, and then maybe not.
It could be interesting because it was only 5 high, which is why you might be able to make the argument that you don't necessarily need to call the turn as well. But I know Dave does like to mix it up, and for the stream's sake, playing hands is better than not playing hands. So
Yeah,
Dave
totally.
getting up in there is great.
Awesome. Hey, we didn't forget about you, chat room, by the way. Thank you for being here.
Yeah,
We
this
do
is-
appreciate it. We are going to be taking questions from everyone in the chat room tonight except for Yeehaw. So if your name is starts with Yeehaw, don't bother chatting. Anyone else, you could chat and ask questions all you want. Feel free.
I've never seen such a violent.
See what he said? You see what he said?
I heard he wants
Very
people
rude.
to yeehaw.
Very rude.
Yeehaw.
Yep, and we got another hand coming out. Yeah, the other Justin actually will be returning this Wednesday, 2 days from now, with Veronica for a 10-25 game. They were asking about him. He is coming back. He was on a little bit of a vacation. Yes, but he is returning. They like the other Justin better.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks. At least there's only one Brent, so I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about that.
Second best Justin.
Yeah.
Sad. Yeah.
Don't hire any other Brents for this, and then I don't have to worry about that kind of competition.
Well, I'm gonna have to start looking for a Brent. If your name is Brent,
go elsewhere.
Apply. We're looking for another commentator.
Send in a video reel
named Brent. Now check this out. David is flopping draws nonstop.
Non-stop draws.
And he's actually way out in front on this board, but it does check around. Nice little turn card for Dave.
Yeah, tough luck.
What do you think?
Well, it's a good turn card too, because he probably gets a little bit more money.
For Mesa?
Yeah. I mean,
Santa can't do anything here.
He bet 50. Brent is the number one Brent. Yes, exactly. Bam. Hopefully it stays that way.
Oh, look, Yeehaw has come around now. He's apologizing. And sometimes
apparently.
that's, I've learned. Oh, look, Diamond on the river, by the way. Asa picks up the check mark. That's kind of dirty.
And it's an ace, too, so maybe Santa fires again, thinking that,
he has, and
when two people call you, I don't know how great you can feel about Ace King, but he feels pretty good about it.
Yeah, he's going with it.
He makes it pretty much half pot, or very, very close to half pot, if not.
Oh, and Dave's going to call it
Ace is going to love this.
Sure. Well, he call only, right?
But with two people in front of you, you can't feel great about a 6-high flush, so he snap call. And he's going to win. He's like waiting to be beat. And you hate that if you're Dave, or not Dave, Santa.
So Yeehaw Shaw, he wants us to say Yeehaw. What do you think? I'm gonna let you make the call on it.
You said it already, didn't you?
Oh, just said it. Okay, awesome. Rob Malt says JFK Stones. How's the Twitch game coming along? I think. Are you talking about Stones versus Live at the Bike, or are you talking about Twitch? Hang on, there's a guy in a suit calling me. I'll be right back. Let's find out what's going on.
Floor decision. So. Let's see. We care about Kelly Winterhall, Candace Collins, and Casey on the stream. Yeah, they can't play every stream. I know Casey's been on a few. Candace is here, or was here, playing the big tournament over at Thunder Valley, and yeah. Let's see. Yeah, he's in Harlan seat. So Dave, the first few streams was in seat 4. He's moved into Harlan's seat. Maybe everybody wants seat 1, and no one can get it because Harlan always has it.
Did you find out? Does he mean a Twitch game, or did he mean?
He
means
my
Stones
guess is
versus Live at the Bike.
I'm guessing he's talking about filling a Twitch game, or is that a thing that's not happening? I know you've done that in the past, right? Like a game.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what he's asking for.
Like the chat people, or like a streamer game or something like that. That's what I thought the question.
Look at this flop for Santa.
It's gonna feel good after
flopping big hands, huh?
Time.
Yeah, right. I mean, he's in great shape. He can technically still be beat, but it's gonna take a miracle, a Christmas miracle.
Ooh.
Yeah,
miracle
it's that time of year.
4th Street?
Is it 4th Street?
It's 34th Street.
A
miracle on 3rd
I'm
and
a little
4th Street.
out of touch with old Christmas movies.
Yeah. 3rd and 4th Street. That's what we're saying. But we're not playing stud. Technically, I guess you could call.
So I mean, I don't know. Oh my God! Look at that action card. So the turn brings a 6. Arthur with trip 6s. Santa has a straight. Peter has a salad.
This is why you should always. Excellent advice from Poker Pro Eric. Always play 3-7. I think it's a completely reasonable big blind defend.
This particular configuration of 3-7 is also commonly known as the Derby Nuts. Do you know about that?
I do not.
Yeah.
Oh
no! What did I tell you?
Yeah.
A Christmas miracle for Arthur.
What's really so Peter led the
you
flop?
can see how much Santa hates that.
Yeah.
Did you just see the pain in his face?
Yeah.
And Arthur is going to try and extract a little tiny bit of value out of this.
By betting almost the entire pot.
200?
250.
250, okay. A lot of value.
Just a little bit
of value out of this.
There's some arguments to be made. I can't remember the
away.
exact. Yeah, that's a terrible. What's weird is though Peter led that with 9-6 of hearts. He led that flop. He hits a card on the turn and then check folds the turn.
Yeah.
That was
He had 9-6.
Yeah. So maybe he just felt like getting called by two people he's not really feeling great about.
Yeah.
About.
I mean, Peter's reads are excellent. Plus, he's eating a salad, which is positive EV on the stream. Everybody knows that. So
we would have chopped that.
See if our production is listening in. They can get us the salad report in the chat room. So I think the game that they're talking about is we've been talking about Live at the Bike versus Stones Live. And as you know, we just had the Quantum tournament here, and Mo, from Bicycle is the tournament director there.
He's the godfather of the Quantum?
He's the Quantum godfather, yes. And he was here, and I told him, I said, Mo, I want to make a Stones Live versus Live at the Bike game happen. And he said, just tell me when. And then I started getting text message from a bunch of like awesome Stones players like Frank, Harlan, a couple other guys that were just like, hey, if you do a Live at the Bike game, we'll travel to the bike for that segment, because we were going to say do one game there,
kind of like a home and
half
away,
and half,
right,
yeah, and then one game here, and then try and keep track of chip counts and see who does better.
Right.
I mean, what do you guys think in the chat room? Would Stones Live players win more than Live at the Bike players, or vice versa? You guys like it?
Here's the real question though: are they going to get all those ringers? Because they've been having some big names. We're talking about regs.
It has to be regs.
Live at the Bike regs.
Yeah, it has to be regs. Yeah, they can't like bring Doug Polk, okay?
Right.
Okay, so we got a bunch of diamonds on board. We got Peters open-ended. Kings are still out in front, but scary for Kings, right?
It'd be fun if you could like draft your players. Like you have each of the Bike and Stones.
Well, see, okay, so the chat room's saying Stones is going to win this, but the thing is, like, it's the Stones chat room. Like, of course they're going to be biased. Like, I don't think we can get an unbiased opinion in our chat room right now.
I would think that a decent majority of the people think that the Northern California grinders are maybe on average better than the Southern California.
Why?
Probably
What is it?
Because there's a greater number. But everybody talks about how wild poker is in LA.
Well, but they say that's because there's so much money. By the way,
there's probably more
just to
people.
catch up here, Peter has turned the straight on a 3-diamond board. Asa should be able to get saved a little bit of money just by the fact alone that there's an ace out there. He doesn't have the king of diamonds. There's 3 diamonds on board. This is a board where I think you can easily fold kings. And also, I want to point out again, kings have a notoriously bad reputation on Stones Live, don't they? And here we are, another example of kings getting just annihilated, and ace is going to put in a call. And the worst thing that happens now...
That's a nice raise by Peter.
Yeah.
Assuming maybe... But the I don't know. Like what... is actually getting called by maybe like one of the worst hands he's going to be called by?
How much did Peter put in there? Did you see the bet?
It's probably like 80. I didn't see the whole bet. It was 150.
Okay. I mean, I think Asa should be able to lay it down, but I also see his body language saying that he just doesn't believe it. I mean, with everything on the board with diamonds, straights,
well, he's correct that he doesn't have an ace.
yeah, he got him there.
Sometimes that doesn't matter, right? Like, he's getting him in a way that he didn't necessarily anticipate getting got.
Yeah, fair enough. So Poker Pro Eric is in the chat room. He says, I'm unbiased, and he yells unbiased. He does all caps. I don't know if you guys know this, but when you do all caps in the chat room, you're yelling, I'm unbiased! That's what you're doing, okay? But he says, I'm unbiased, Justin. Sacramento has so many good players, tournament and cash. I actually don't disagree with that. Like, I don't consider myself a great player. Like, I'm a recreational player. I enjoy the game, but I don't really have time to study and get really, good and learn the math. And I find myself with very mediocre results playing here in Sacramento. But I think just the fact that I'm playing against such sharp players here in Sacramento, when I take a trip to Reno, when I take a trip to Vegas, I find that my win rate goes up regardless. And I think even without studying, even without intentionally trying to better my poker game, just playing against all these really tough players, you pick up some of what they're doing. You go to an environment like Vegas where it's not as difficult, and all of a sudden it does benefit you. So I think the players here, it's not good if you're like, oh, I want to win I want to win all the time, right? Because you're gonna have some very stiff competition. But if you're talking about improving your skill, playing in Sacramento will improve your skill, hands down. Like, we have some very good players. Maybe it's just
because it's more condensed. But, I mean, you got a lot of the guys from the Bay and everything, too, coming out here. So, within that hour and a half, I think there are a lot of good players.
Sacramento poker
I think
strong.
LA maybe is just more it's just a bigger pool, so you end up getting, good players mixed in with some kind of nutty players. But based on what I've seen on this stream, and not having ever seen the Live at the Bike stream, I would go with Stones, I guess. Just assuming that. But I think like some of the guys on our stream are a little bit like. I guess it would depend on what's the rating. Are we gonna do overall biggest, like if it's 4 and 4, the total net were like winnings of all 4 together versus the other 4, or are we gonna do individual players?
Has not been determined,
and then rank them based on like the number 1 guy gets points for being like the biggest winner between the 2.
I don't know how we're gonna do it. We're gonna have to create some sort of ranking or point system.
Yeah, I mean, it would be fun. I think it would be fun if it's logistical.
Sudadesis says that LA TV players have deeper pockets.
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah, sure. Fine.
I mean, there's a lot of money in LA,
yeah.
but I mean, we're a stone's throw. You like what I did? Stone's throw. We're stone's throw from San Francisco, and that's. There's a lot of money there too. You've got the Silicon Valley, and all those techies. Those guys are poker.
I think I'm always amazed at how much money is just around. Like sometimes.
Can you point at it for me?
Oh yeah.
Can you?
I mean, in this
just
room,
around?
I'm sure. Yeah, there's some money on the table.
I would like some. That's what I'm saying.
And it won't be a real competition.
Okay, so what's going on here in this game?
10-handed. Sounds gross. I think it.
No. We're not going to do a 10-handed game. Come on, get out of here with that.
Should be 8-handed.
Don't even bother. Yeah. It's either going to be. I mean, 9 would still be fine. It's no big deal if you got 5 and 4, especially if we're ranking the players individually.
Well, maybe like.
But here's the thing: it can happen. I have a connection to make it happen. If you guys think it would be a good format, 1 game at Stones, 1 game at the Bike, some sort of ranking system, and we'll finally settle it once and for all. Who has better players?
I don't know if it'll settle it once and for all.
Oh no, it'll be settled.
It'll definitely ignite the flame of debate for sure.
They want to do it tourney style, which might be the only way to really determine an actual winner. So with cash constantly reloads and stuff, you have to do a win rate, right? You have to do win rates.
You would probably do like versus how much each player netted, or I'm not even really sure the best way to do it. If you do it 10 or like a sit and go. But there are different styles, right? The blinds are always going up. Yeah. You're not playing as deep. I don't think you should change it to a sit-and-go.
Dondo's saying he thought tonight was 510 PLO. There is a 510 PLO tonight. It's not a stream game. Yeah,
it's like a off-stream Veronica and friends.
I had like 3 people that were wanting to play PLO tonight, and then Veronica texts me and says, "Hey, I have 5 friends want to play PLO." And I said, "Hey, we have a game." So over there on 13, we have a 510 PLO running right now. That's crazy, right? 510
That's awesome.
PLO.
I mean, it's most 5.5s probably are 510 because there's like.
When I say point at the money.
Yeah,
point.
510.
Yeah,
no,
it's right there. Yeah, and it looks like an action game. We got a guy from Canada, and we got Earl.
That's it, standard. And one guy from Canada, and your game is.
Well, he already lost when he exchanged his money. I mean, that's sad.
Yeah, it's tough life.
All right, let's get back to the action here. It looks like maybe it was a live 10. Oh, is this a bomb? No, it's not a bomb pot.
No, that'd be.
Yeah, no dealer change yet. It's 6 players to the flop. It's just a bunch of players playing bad. That's what's happening. 30 to go from Aaron. Yeah, we got a bunch of folds. Aaron, that's Santa, by the way, with Queen 8, hits a queen, makes a bet, takes it down. Easy game. You notice he has not 1, but 3 hoes on his hat. So, ho. That's 3 hoes.
Yeah. I mean, to my knowledge, hoes travel in 3s, so.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I've only ever seen 3.
I didn't know.
Together on a hat.
Right. Yeah. That's the hat.
Oh, right. No, I mean,
but
that's
I mean,
the only
you were
knowledge
saying
of hoes that I have.
Oh, that's your only hoe knowledge.
Yeah, my hoe knowledge begins and ends with seasonal hoe knowledge.
Oh, there you go. I like this command in the chat room. Stones Live Poker, is this a bomb pot?
Oh,
is this a bomb pot? No, it's just a bunch of players playing bad.
I thought you said that because of the command.
No, I said it before the command, buddy.
I thought you knew.
It's Stones Live Poker copying me, not the other way around.
Right. I think sometimes people play cash. They want to see flops cheap. So you get hands in there that are a little bit more speculative, and that sometimes causes people to open up, speculative to kind of like dreaming hands, where you're wondering like what flops you're going to hit. We were talking about it a little bit, Master C, myself last time, is it's a part of it. It's like you're playing to try to hit a flop, but you also need some sort of ability to gauge where you're at. And if you hit like top pair with a weird hand like 10-4, if you hit a 10 or a 4, you're not going to feel really great about it. You know, so your position in terms of how much you can push people and how much, you know.
So we do have a bet here from Dave C with 7-5. He has a gut shot straight draw, bets it and takes it down. I think I would have liked to see.
I'm a fan of that bet.
I like the bet, but here's the thing. Continuation bets have become so standard in the game. It's like you almost have to just expect one's going to happen on the flop. And I think with any marginal, even running draw, like if it's a reasonable price, you need to float at least one time.
Right, but you had king, queen of diamonds against a single
And there was
heart,
another
right?
7-5 out there. There was another 7-5 could have called too. I think the king, queen could call one time. The bet was 30.
Not a ton. I guess if
30.
you get like a 10, yeah.
It's a very tight fold. That's all I'm
I
trying
don't
to
know
say.
about tight, but maybe. I think if you're calling king, queen of diamonds on like a, what is it, jack high board with a heart and 2 clubs?
I don't know. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
4-way action, couple of clubs and a king. No one really catching any bit of this flop right here. Ace high still best.
Yeah, but I don't see Dave trying to bet that.
Well, Dave has not been shy about making action even when he doesn't have anything. That's the thing. Dave is still in the lead. As you can see, 4 ways, ace high is 50% right now.
It's not a lot. I mean, it's like a jack is really the only thing that's going to change who wins this, unless somebody connects with a random pair.
Right. Which is
I mean,
what
at 9
usually
he wins, at
happens
ace,
on the
at
river.
Ace he wins.
And Dave does finally bet it here on the turn, and it should be enough. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It's not a whole lot of fun for anyone else on that hand.
I made a good intuition from Dave just to know that ace is good. There are 4 ways. You think it's likely someone's connected with something, right? But maybe even if they did, like a low card, they're not too happy with it. Yeah.
Sometimes people are looking for reasons to fold, though.
Rob Malt wants to know if there's a Sacramento Urban Dictionary word tonight. That's a JK squared thing, sorry. You know, maybe Brent and I will make up our own thing, a new thing, but I can't do that without Fat Train. He would disown me. I mean, I can't cheat on him. I would be like cheating on him.
You could tease it in his triumphant return. Wednesday?
Wednesday, but I'm not in here with him. It has to be.
okay.
It has to be Justin and Justin, and I would never cheat on him. I'm
That's
sorry,
important.
Brent.
No,
as much as I like you.
It's okay.
All right.
Integrity is important.
You're no Justin Kelly.
Wow. Okay. We can stop there. That's fine. We didn't need to go any further.
Okay, we'll stop right there.
Thank you.
We have been submitting our own Urban Dictionary words, though.
Oh, very
yes, if they
cool,
get
yeah.
accepted, we're creating our own words.
Nice.
So we've run out of words.
Talk to me when you get words in the real dictionary.
Real dictionary.
The actual dictionary.
Please.
We'll see. Bengals defense.
I know. I love that we're getting football updates
Yeah,
in
who
the chat
scored
room.
that touchdown? Because I'm sweating Juju Smith-Schuster pretty hard right now.
All right, it's only 40 to go, and it looks like we're going to have 4 players going to a flop here.
So like limp calling with Jack 10
It's
and
very.
King 9.
It's not passive play. It's passive aggressive play.
We'll see what happens.
A couple of hearts for Dave C. He's picking up a draw every single time, and that's what happens in Harlan's seat. Frederick, am I wrong?
Stay in there till the river.
Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was Harlan though. Is it just the
It's
seat?
the seat.
Are we attributing to the seat and not Harlan?
Asa connects with the queen, and he's going to bet 80, try and take down a 4-way 255 pot. And there is Watbury getting out of the way.
Okay, so
You see his
Asa
signature yellow
bets.
sub? Did you see it? He
Yes,
always has
yes, yeah,
the yellow
yeah.
sub.
Well, I didn't actually see it, but
You'll see it the next time around. You got to pay attention now, okay?
I've seen it previously.
You're professional now. It's important that you pay
calls it.
attention. Dave with the draw. He's in Harlan's seat. The draw always comes for Harlan's seat. Here it is, a heart on the turn,
We're gonna get like
and
a
let's
10.
go.
We're gonna
Boom.
get like a non-heart 10 right here. That's
I
my
like
guess.
I like the way you think. Yeah. Heart it is. Let's go. Heart. Can we get to the flop cam? What's
a
going
really
on here?
dramatic turn here.
Oh, he re-raised. That's what's going on. 350.
Dave don't mess
Dave?
around. Dave
Dave came to play.
Yeah.
He came to play.
Dave, I like how you're like, turn cam, Taylor.
Taylor?
Aging Taylor.
Is Taylor there?
Is this thing on?
Don't tap that.
Yeah, I didn't.
It's very expensive.
Hey, the mics are like always in a different spot too. I like it. You never know.
350 to go. What a beast of a raise. This
Yeah,
puts it,
I think this is a kind of raise that gets called somewhat often.
You think call? I think it's
a
a coin flip. I would literally take a quarter out at the table, flip it, and let that decide.
Okay, so he limp called pre your raise, right? Ace is the one that raised pre-flop.
Yeah.
Hey, limp called
It's right here, pre-flop, yeah.
And then check raises the...
What don't you like about this line? Tell me.
No, I would say like if I
You seem
have a pair,
skeptical.
if I have a pair, I'm less likely
Call,
to fold.
by the way.
Right, yeah.
Less
I'm less
likely to fold a pair?
to a check raise on.
Doesn't
the
the check raise
like
in
is
the
a
spot?
set gonna check raise you here? Is
It's
a
a-
guy like Dave gonna check raise you with a set? Or are you ever getting check raise with a set here? Maybe you're getting check raise with two pair. I'm not sure. Dave's gonna go all in. Did he go all
Did
in?
he go all in?
He may have just thrown out a bet. Or he put ace all in. So he makes it like 600 or 700, which just covers aces only 500.
And then are we only running it once here? We may only be running it one time. Let's see. So they're both all in. It's really only a 500 all in, and they're discussing right now whether they want to run it multiple times or not. So I'm not sure because we're not plugged in tonight with the earphones, so I'm not sure.
I imagine if you have top pair here, you probably don't want to run it twice. I don't know what A's have decided, but we'll see.
Okay, so they
they're
are running
more
it
than
at
once.
least twice, maybe 3 times.
You're just sweating that flush draw really hard. I don't know if he's even seen Dave's hand yet.
Oh, another 8. Okay, the 8 was meant to be.
Tell me they didn't run it.
It looks like it's a 3 time. You know what? I prefer a 3.
Well, so somebody makes
yeah.
some money?
You want a winner,
Yeah.
right? If
Okay,
you just
fair
run
enough.
it twice, the majority of the
I
time,
would rather do it one than
it's gonna
three.
chop. 1 or 3.
I would rather do it one over three.
But what I'm saying is 1 or 3, not
Right.
2.
Oh, well,
I hate
2.
2. I hate chopping. If you want to chop, play Omaha, okay? I hate chopping.
Yeah.
1 time or 3 times. We need a winner. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
We need a winner.
We need a winner.
Yeah. It can't be a tie.
Got
Right?
it.
It's not
No
college.
tie.
It's not college football. Right? We need a
Do they
winner.
tie in college football?
Don't they? Someone in the chat can confirm that. They tie in college football, don't they?
I don't think so.
It's sudden death in pro, but I think in college they tie.
Pro, you can tie. College, you just keep going. They play like 7 or 8 overtime.
No, come
Yeah,
on.
because then, like, at a certain point in college overtime, you have to go for 2.
Guys, if you're just joining us for our stream, there's a little heart. I think it's
little
right
heart.
there. Yeah, heart. Click it. Follow us, please. We need you.
Yeah, there are no ties
I
in
need
college
you,
football.
okay?
Yeah, they keep playing. Boom.
They keep
They
playing.
also they throw in the little variable.
So
where-
it's
at a
NFL has
certain-
ties.
Yes, you can tie in the NFL. If the sudden death overtime ends, which is not really sudden death anymore, because it's like the weird kind of if you're the first team to get the ball and you score a touchdown, you win.
Right.
Actually,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. If you score a touchdown, you win. If you score a field
It's
goal,
like
the other team gets a time.
in dodgeball.
It's like,
they do sudden death in dodgeball too. If you have a tie, have you seen that? They do the blindfold.
I have no.
You've seen dodgeball
the movie
sudden death?
Dodgeball.
No, the game.
I'm familiar with dodgeball, but I've never watched it.
We have a bomb pot, and while the cards are going out, we remind you about the 5 Ds of dodgeball. It's dodge, dip, duck, dive, and dodge.
Right.
Yeah. We're an educational stream too.
Right.
This is a bomb pot. So basically what happens now, you're playing along very well, I
I'm
appreciate
just waiting for like
$25 from every player goes in the pot, 9 hands, see a flop, and then we play it out like normal. So it takes all of the variants. Is it
We
like
change
8?
this to, like,
Is someone not playing? I think
called the Thunderdome?
Garland is not playing, I think. So he's sitting out. It looks like we have 8 players playing, and Asa has flop trip 8s. Watbury is in the process of learning how to properly put his cards on the reader.
apparently the live at the bike card reader is a little different. I didn't actually
Yes.
watch his live break stream.
We're
so
gonna
I'm
have to
not
go
sure
back
if
and watch the archives.
Waprai is probably taking a very strategic move here and not placing it on there on purpose.
Yeah,
What
right.
kind of punishment exists
So no
for those kinds of
one
people?
can know how he plays.
Yeah. What kind of punishment is in store for someone who does it?
I think Veronica comes out and gives
Oh.
them a spanking.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So
Is that legitimate
not an actual punishment,
Well,
for some people?
I mean,
some people would be like,
some people
"Don't
might.
touch me," but some people would
Some
be
people
like,
would be like,
super
yeah,
into
harder,
it. Yeah,
harder, they would
exactly.
say. Yeah.
Waprai, unsure which category he falls in. A lot of people seem to be Veronica fans, though, so I'm not sure there's a lot of people that would be like, "Ew, that's gross."
Coach Ruffy joins us in the chat room. He says, if Santa busts, do I have to buy my kid presents for Christmas?
Yes, Santa's playing with your money right now.
I want to.
Your ability
Guys,
to get
hide your kids for a second. Santa's not real. I didn't want to say. I didn't want to say it loud.
You didn't give
I
like
didn't
a
want to say it
spoiler
loud.
alert. You said hide your kids. But
I
you
hide
didn't
your
really wait
kids.
very long.
I said hide your kids.
You waited like 4 seconds. You were like, hide your kids. Santa's not real. Too bad you're slow on the trigger.
God damn it. Well, you know what? Kids really shouldn't be watching the show anyways.
Why?
We cuss sometimes.
But we're always telling people not to cuss because it's not an age
That's for
restricted
them.
stream.
We don't have
We're
to
pretending
follow
kids
the
can watch.
rules. Come on, rules are for
Wait,
fools.
I don't have to follow the rules.
Rules are for fools,
Where's
okay?
the wine?
Ask,
We don't have to follow
ask
the rules.
Veronica. Ask Veronica.
She
don't give a damn about she gets
doesn't, you're
fired
right.
all the time, and
Yeah.
we take her back because people love her.
Oh, there you go. Well, I'm the number one
Look,
Brent on the stream. Do I have any leverage here?
I just made a 4-year-old cry. Yeah, I just made a 4-year-old cry. I'm sorry.
Can we give Lamb free space to
Look.
just cuss as much as he wants in the chat for the
Taylor,
next 5 minutes?
Taylor with Pocket Kings.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what
Just
happens.
Open fold kings
Let me tell you what happens
from
here.
this point on. I'm not sure.
Look at this. 8's coming. I'm telling you.
Look
Okay.
at this. Everyone missed. I got her. It's all downhill from here, Taylor.
I feel like he's mocking me.
Here we go. Put it like a. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not really sure what you want here. Taylor bets.
I mean, this might be
seven.
one of those rare occasions. You see the sub? This might be one of the rare occasions where Kings actually win on the stream.
She's very nice to look at. I guess.
Can we say anything else about her?
Yeah,
You know what?
there's been worse things said about her.
You know, I feel like we live in a day and age where your first and most important compliment to a woman should not be about her looks.
Yeah.
It should be about her intellect and her
But see,
ability
Here's
in
the
this
struggle.
particular role.
I am actually on board with that. But the struggle is when you first like see or meet someone, you don't know anything about their intellect.
So you only know about
So
their
you
looks.
only know like you're assuming a lot about their
Well,
intellect by maybe the way they dress.
why do you feel the need right away to pay a compliment then? You don't
Oh,
have
I
to pay a
don't. I
compliment.
don't. I'm just saying like
Oh.
I'm gonna defend the people who maybe feel like they have to lead with that because you don't have any
You don't
other
have
information.
to. You-
Well, okay, so here's the thing. Like, what are you? If you're out and about and you're a single person, the first and only thing you usually know about somebody, unless you just like hear them tell a funny joke behind you,
Okay.
is what they look like, or how they dress, or how they present themselves.
So
you're,
what I
you don't-
do is I just talk about myself.
out loud. Hello, everyone. I'm Justin.
My name is
Yeah. As soon
Justin.
as you walk into the thing, look, I would say Veronica is very cool and probably one of the most like. I was gonna like it. It doesn't necessarily sound like a compliment, but she's just like she's real. She's very honest.
Why doesn't that sound like a
No, but
compliment?
I was gonna say she's like the most blatant person that you'll ever meet. She's definitely unapologetic, which is, I think, an admirable quality in people. Unapologetic, yeah. I mean, I guess
you were
unless
so
you're a
smooth.
huge
You're like
asshole.
you're like a wordsmith.
Right. What? Oh, why?
You're smooth with words.
Oh.
It's a compliment.
There was a thing I saw before that, and I think it might be from Dead Poets Society, that like English has so many words for things, but each thing is like slightly different. So find the word that you mean, not a word that's
Are
close
you
to what you mean.
are you contemplating maybe asking her out for a
No.
cup of coffee? Just a cup of coffee.
No.
Why'd you
Oh,
say
sure.
it so quick?
No, I mean,
Oh, I think she's a great person, but I would not like to spend an hour with her drinking coffee.
oh
Absolutely
no,
not.
that's fine. If Veronica wants to get coffee, that's cool. I'm not going to ask her out.
You want to ask her for a cup of coffee? Would you ask me for a cup of coffee?
Sure. I mean, fine.
Well, it doesn't have to have some weird
I mean,
connotation. It's just like, hey, you seem cool. Let's go have a cup of coffee.
Cool.
It's not
We've
like
had wine together.
You don't have to.
We've drank wine together.
Oh, okay.
Post stream, me, Veronica, and Casey. That was sick needle to the chat. It was a great time. Yes, this is getting awkward. So it seems like there was the last 2 times somebody was in the chat trying to like get me to like flirt with Veronica.
Get you to flirt with her.
I think, and then it was talking about how like somebody's like, oh, I don't know why the chat is hung up on that kind of thing. To my knowledge.
Well, I mean, you know, it's natural. You know, dogs and cats playing together, men and women.
Oh, right. Well, there you go.
You know,
I mean, it's not weird then for people to open with what people
eventually
look like.
there's babies, you know, so
you
have that.
I haven't gone on many dates like that. I usually meet somebody and know them for a while, and maybe we like
you do the friend route first.
Sure,
I like it.
It's a slow play.
But that's why I said
slow play every relationship.
That's what I say. You could just say, "Hey, let's go have coffee." It doesn't have to turn into any. I don't know why you're insinuating that I'm like trying to like hook you guys up.
As a guy, if you ask a girl to get coffee, I would assume that a fair bit of them will assume that.
Mythical Man Legend says coffee is code for someone else. You know what? It doesn't have to be. If that's what you think it is, then fine. Look, Garland has kings and 3-bet.
Yeah. Tough
Any
life.
guesses what's going to happen?
R.I.P. Garland.
R.I.P. Garland. Sixes.
Who's that? Is that Juju? Oh, sorry. They got.
It's over there. It's over there.
Worst place to have the game. I don't think
you
that's
can see
Juju.
it straight ahead.
I think that's Martavis Bryant.
Well, back to the game. Garland has 3-bet with 50s. Autolog Support wants to know why on the last hand Queen 10 was folded. I don't think he thought he was best. The last hand, I know you weren't paying attention, but I was.
Oh, wow.
Frederick bet with 5-3. He completely missed. And Queen 10 had paired the queen and folded. Don't worry. I got you,
Sometimes
buddy.
top pair with a mediocre kicker, people don't like it. They don't love it.
Well, Queen 10, I can't tell you how many times I've been taken to town with Queen 10. Asa's letting go on this flop here. I don't blame him. And Garland is gonna make a rare win on Stones Live with Pocket Kings. A rare win.
I feel like, I don't know. If you're calling pre-flop with 8s, that's not a terrible flop for 8s.
But it's kind of like, I think he knew he had to do better.
Okay, yeah.
He had to flop a set. Like sometimes you call it the middle pair because the price is right, but you know you're probably against an overpair.
I'd be interested. I mean, how do you know? Like, is Garland's only 3-bet range?
Well, like I said, Garland...
Overpairs? Like big pairs?
I did mention at the beginning, so I've seen Garland play a lot. He is an ABC player, capable of making moves.
Right.
But I would say, if I stand on a table with Garland, 80% of the time, I think he's ABC. So if he's coming out early position with a raise, I'm giving credit for at least Ace-Queen in the worst case scenario. You know, Ace-Queen, Ace-King, and big pocket pairs. Yeah. To open early position like that, he's probably got something big. And like I said, that you can't be 100% because he's capable of mixing up his game, but his range is not so balanced that you're always guessing. The majority of the time, if you would give him credit for a strong hand, you're going to be right. The majority of the time.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I just think in terms of like overall, if you're calling a 3-bet or...
Suited Aces says even higher than 80% for Garland. I think 80%. He goes through cycles. He'll mix it up like a lot for a while, and then he'll go back to like his ABC game. He will switch gears. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. No, it's important.
Mic drop. Well, I can't drop the mic because it's attached to the...
Screwed in there.
If I had a mic, I would drop it.
Boom.
Ace-Queen. Speaking of Ace-Queen, Asa raises to 15 with Ace-Queen, and let's see if we can get any action for Asa.
Banter's gonna call.
We've seen Pocket Kings quite a bit on the stream already tonight.
Let's see.
Rick and Barstow, by the way, wants us to switch outfits. Did you see that? Instead of blow everybody's mind.
Yeah, probably.
I feel like your outfit's a lot more comfortable than mine.
Yeah, it is. I bought this in London.
London. Sick brag, bro.
I know, yeah.
Right. We got a couple spades for Santa. Still ace high for Asa, and Arthur. Technically the best hand here with pocket 5s. Very scary board for pocket 5s though. Overcards and paired. Is Arthur not betting it? So
Yeah, I think you want to probably typically.
so queen takes the lead now.
Are you gonna bet fives? I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I don't think you're betting fives there.
Can we get a 5? Oh no, I was gonna say 5 of spade on the river, but the spade is in Arthur's hand.
Huh? Is Ace a check, and then Santa bet, or did Ace bet? It looks like Ace bet. Checked.
Which
So
one?
he's gonna check call 30, and what's he gonna do on the river?
Okay, so the queen is still best.
This could be interesting. If you check again,
I mean, Santa's not gonna lose any more money, that's for sure.
yeah, but is he gonna like?
Is he gonna fire here? I thought I saw Asa. Did he check?
Yes.
Yeah.
So sometimes this is a spot where people, I mean, there's not a ton of money in the pot, so it's almost like
Yeah. Why?
at this point,
why
it's
do
not
it?
really
Right?
worth bluffing.
Yeah.
In my personal opinion.
Wow.
You can't really bet enough. He's gonna bet $80.
Okay. I mean, it's almost a full pot-sized bet.
So raise, call in position.
I mean, with all the chips in front of Asa, I feel like it's like worth $80 to just see if his queen is best. Because in most cases, it will be, right? Are you not worried about running clubs?
Not particularly.
If your
no.
opponent had a king and played it really well, I think he deserves to be paid.
Yeah, I think this is definitely a hand you can call with on the river for sure.
Ghost of M joins us in the chat room. What's up, Ghost? By the way, Ghost of M is #1 Twitch mod chatter.
Number one
Number
Twitch
one
mod.
for poker. Any poker stream, any stream actually.
Oh,
Ghost of
really?
M is like mod for like a lot of streams, like #1 mod.
Oh, sick.
No, number 1.5 mod.
I mean, you're modding like Tonka, like a lot of the
maybe.
A lot of the Twitch poker guys have been killing it lately in tournaments. Like
Yeah.
Wildhouse had a pretty good week. Tonka just made a deep run, and some online like so disconnected with what tournaments actually exist currently in the online world, other than just like the Sunday Million, because it was around when we could still play. But,
We can still play.
When we could still play
We can still play.
in California.
We can play.
Okay. When we could play regulated poker.
Regulated.
Yeah. There's not a legal poker site here.
Technically, the playing of poker online is not illegal. Technically.
Oh, okay.
It's the depositing and withdrawing of funds.
Oh, well then
That's the
there
issue.
is a website that it works with Bitcoin.
Oh, Bitcoin.
Yeah. oh, Bitcoin.
All right, 8, 8, 10 for the flop, and 9s are out front on this one.
We're getting a lot of four-handed pots. Let's see, bluffing is fine, forfeits pop by checking. True, right? Yeah, like you're never gonna win that by checking with 4 high, but that's
Right.
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not never.
Look at this. Santa
Maybe
picks
some-
up the best spade draw with that ace. And now it's going to be hard for him to go away. It's the nut spade draw. Even though it's a paired board, you know it would be gross.
This is a situation
9 of
that
spade
gets
on the
you
river.
into trouble though sometimes.
A lot of time. Now what happens here? He bets for you. What happens if someone pops him? Dave C's coming along looking for a
Wow.
spade too, so
And
he's
so
in
the
danger
Dave
if that
C,
spade
yeah.
comes. And there it is. As predicted, folks. Spade on the river. Santa has the nuts, and it's spade versus spade. Let's see if he can extract any value from Dave here. Suited aces comes in here. Get him, Watbury. Watbury's not even in this hand, all right? You need to
He
chillax.
was. Wasn't he won the one with the 9s? He had the 9s.
He's not in there now.
Oh, I thought he had the 9s. But yes. So when that, but he said, go get him, Watbury, when he was still in the hand.
Okay.
Yeah. At least that's what I believe.
Agree to disagree.
Wow. All right. Apparently somebody's getting modded.
Santa is trying to formulate a bet that will get called here. I think he has a pretty good idea where he's at in this hand.
Makes it 233. Overbets the pot a little.
Can Dave fold here?
Yeah.
Yeah? He's been calling this whole way for spades? Now
I
he's
mean,
going to
this is
fold?
you could argue that this is maybe the issue with calling the turn. That
I don't
you
think he
feel
can fold.
obligated to call the
I
river.
think he's trapped.
Yeah.
He's trapped.
Yeah, Rick and Barstow. I think you're right, but this is probably Santa's last hurrah before the Christmas season starts.
You see Santa
Before he
is going to
gets
be
going.
on CNN. He's going to be like, sorry, kids. I got into this poker game. No one's getting
roll.
shit.
Yeah. He's gonna be driving a truck for Knish at some point in the near future.
It's like, I used to drive this thing was pulled by a reindeer. Poor Santa. I just envision him drunk in a ditch. Like, he spent his whole life trying to take care of kids.
Yeah. That usually.
You ever seen that movie Bad Santa?
I have not.
Oh, it's such a great flick. You gotta watch it.
The gist of it.
It's Billy Bob Thornton. That's all it really needs to be said. He basically plays himself.
Right. Lauren Graham.
Is that the little person? Oh, yeah.
Lauren Graham.
Who's the little guy?
I forget his name. I think it's.
He's an LP.
Yeah.
You say LP. That's the politically correct term.
I believe that is.
Yeah, it is.
You're right.
Yeah.
Good call.
Thank you.
Great call.
I'm a tournament director. I need to make good calls. That's what I do. Yeah.
Got it. We should throw hypothetical TD questions at Justin, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, hypotheticals are my favorite.
Right.
Yeah.
Do people tweet at you the way they tweet at Matt Savage?
Not as much, but I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Savage has become like the default.
He's the default, yeah. So what happens is they tweet at me. If they don't like my answer, they tweet at Savage, and then he says the same thing.
Right. Second opinion. Yeah. It's always fun to see what people say. Vanessa Cade, what's up?
Oh yeah, Vanessa Cade. Who's that?
She is streaming.
She's famous, right?
The name
is sound really
been
familiar.
streaming a lot on Twitch, and she is a
poker streamer. Hi. We are allowed to take them as soon as we're done at 10.
This guy.
Yeah. Thank you.
So Vanessa Cade's been killing it on the Twitch stream.
Someone's buying us drinks, by the way.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh, awesome. We're gonna get to know.
We're on the clock, so.
No, that's a good point. Now it's like legit. Too.
Yeah, and we can't.
Before, like contracted, you might have been able to.
I mean, in
maybe
the parking lot
room.
before the stream is okay, right? But not.
But yeah, Vanessa's like she's like a professional.
Apparently, I'm needed. All right.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, give me some bio information, Vanessa, that I can use to explain to people. Who you are. Yeah, live cat. There you go. Ghost of M. But she has definitely been in the area. I know she came to at least one of the run-ups. And yeah, come by the Stones stream at some point. But yeah, she's been streaming. Buying your drink for your kid. Yeah, maybe she heard that I was like, nah to the coffee. But
so apparently that PLO game is
like huge.
Yeah.
Huge. Oh, right.
Like 6 figures on the table right now.
Sick.
Pretty wicked.
Awesome.
Maybe that should have been the stream game. I mean, this has actually been a decent game, but.
No, I mean, whatever.
But,
I mean, you can't like. Look,
it's a 510 PLO. 510
you can't
is
just
like
swap people at the last minute.
But
right?
510 PLO, like you play 1-3-5 PLO.
No, I agreed. Yeah,
and
get them all to come back
already
and
gets
let's play
bloated by
510.
like 510 is nuts.
Let's set that up as the next PLO
510
game.
might as well be 5100 no limit. Like,
Yeah.
510 PLO gets so crazy. You would think the betting's capped. You would think the betting's capped. It's going to be a smaller game, right? How does PLO get so big?
Because people like to say pot. I don't know.
But it is California.
Also, like, I think sometimes in PLO you're trying to, manipulate the size of the pot to either make it easier for you to call or make it easier for you to like bluff and pressure people. I don't know. I think, yeah. It's like Steven Still said, love the game you got. Not, if you can't stream the game you want, then love the stream you got. It's like a classic rock kind of. Crosby, Stills, Nash, Young. Never heard of that?
It's a band.
He was a piano player, singer guy. Anyway, fine. You've never heard that song before? You can't be with the one you love the one you live, right? So if you can't stream the game you
the one
love,
you got.
Yeah.
If
So
you
stream the one you
with the one
you
you
want.
want.
Yeah.
Love the one you stream the one you got.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
References work better when people actually get the references.
Hey, I can play along.
Yeah.
Look at this.
No, you did it. You were singing it by the end of it. It's
David C has the nut diamond draw this time, and he has been draw heavy. I think it's Harlan's seat, right?
Yeah. So he bets, gets called by Frederic, who has a pair of 10s. Where's that mute button? Yeah, love the one you're with. I was changing it to.
Oh, there it is!
Yeah.
The diamond on the river. Dave C pulls ahead. It is the seat.
Didn't even need
That's
it. But it didn't
Harlan's
even need
seat.
it.
No, you're right.
It was overkill.
Well, yeah, I mean, but still.
No, I know the song, Rick. I was trying to change it to fit the stream. I was trying to change the song.
Vanessa Cade, is she someone that would like to come and do some commentary for Stones?
Probably.
Why don't you invite her? Don't you have an in?
Oh, hey, Vanessa
Have
Cade.
you had coffee with her yet?
Maybe?
Why don't you invite her for coffee and then invite her to Stones?
All right.
Where's she from?
Canada.
We'll fly her out.
Boom. There you go, Vanessa. Book it.
Yeah.
I think Ghost of M said he'd already tried to get her to play at Stones. I'm not sure how that conversation went.
Let's go.
There you go,
We're
Vanessa.
flying Kevin Martin out in April, so maybe we bring her too.
Deal. I booked it.
Cool.
For you, Vanessa.
Booked.
What are you doing in April? Oh, she says, do eat.
Do eat! Is that how they say it in Canada?
Sure.
We'll do a Canadian night on Stones. We'll do Canada
I
night.
think she might
Eh?
play. Who's Peter Quest? OMFG Brent, playing at Stones. Yeah. No,
She can play
I
and
think
she can
probably
commentate.
Right.
She's a commentator,
Do like
right?
an hour and a half on. I think she is all things. Well,
She is all things to all people. 5-way action. Ace, queen, and a 7.
And speaking words into a camera with Brent. So she's
You've done stream with her before.
I have not.
Oh,
No, I have
okay.
met her, and then then we became friends, and then I had seen her at the series a couple times during the summer.
Okay.
We actually
Vanessa,
my
what is
most
your
memorable Vanessa thing? She'll say the same thing.
Oh.
Is when the two of us, somebody tweeted something at Kate Hall, and it was like it was either, I think it was like a joke, or she did it, and then we just kept tweeting random things that Kate Hall obviously didn't do, but it was like a joke, so we're
Okay.
just like, oh yeah, Kate Hall invented cancer, or whatever,
Oh.
Kate Hall was like, knows who shot JFK but doesn't tell anybody,
Wow.
or,
Yeah.
Kate Hall
That's
is
not
like
right.
the name that like Voldemort doesn't say. Those kinds of things, like way over. Yeah, exactly. And so it was insane. You could probably still find it, but it was a bunch of back and forth. I can't remember my favorite one. I'm gonna have to look it up because I had a few favorites. I said she spells Columbia with a U, like the country Columbia.
Yeah.
I get it. It's like a silly joke, but
Yeah.
only a few people would get it.
Right. Well, she's clearly a horrible person.
Yeah. It's a joke, right? Because it was very popular to bash Kate Hall at that time.
Right.
And we were joking.
Why, though?
We were
Why
supporting
people-
her with sarcasm.
I was aware that it was. Why did it become popular?
She's opinionated, and I think sometimes people who disagree with the opinions of women don't have a problem yelling at them and calling them terrible.
Look at this. Wattbry, sorry, he makes his first play in a while, and I think this is a good time to point out when you're not active at a table and you're waiting for premium hands only and you don't have a balanced range and you pick up your premium hand and you make a bet, the table knows that you have not been active. So he picks up ace king, he makes a raise, he gets no action. And that is the downside to playing solid poker, right? You gotta balance your range by
Or your
mixing it
cash
up
game
with some
things,
kind of
suited
crappy
connectors.
hands,
I don't know about
right?
kind of crappy, but you should.
Kind of crappy.
You
Suited
throw some
connectors are
connectors.
kind of crappy.
No, they're not. They're great. They're great. Another run-it-up guy, Pete. Now that I'm remembering, this was a few run-it-ups.
Oh, this is this guy, Peter Quest,
Yeah.
that's in the chat room?
Yeah, it was F and Pete. And he's great too. Running up is so much fun. You just become friends with basically everybody that you run into there, even people who knock you out of tournaments, like F and Pete.
Oh, wow. Oh, look at this, by the way. I think
Pete.
this is...
I think it's friggin' Pete.
Real quick, gotta interrupt you real quick. Don't forget your story.
No.
But this would be interesting. If Taylor does not give Peter credit for an ace, he could be in a lot of trouble here with Peter flopping a set of 4s. Betting 80. He's betting pot size bet. Taylor, I mean, with the pre-flop action, Taylor raises 25. Peter just calls. Can Taylor give Peter credit for just calling with an ace? Yes, apparently he can. Okay,
yeah.
I thought we're gonna make a big deal out of this hand, but
no, but that's interesting you say that because a lot of people aren't going to fold a king to one bet, but if one bet from Peter, maybe he is flats
it's
behind.
Again, it's that
and
image,
he
right?
Leads
it's
into
that
it,
image,
yeah. Which is weird though, because I think a lot of people check call that even against a tight player and then reassess on the turn. You know, is Peter? I guess is fully capable of calling like a weak ace suited in position, but I don't think he's ever going to flat ace king or, you know, ace queen in position like behind. But there you go. Yeah, Ghost of M says it. Peter, if Pete puts any money in the pot, maybe you want to get out of there. So Taylor's obviously attuned to that fact.
He's a solid player, and he did eat a salad.
Peter did eat a salad.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
maybe
we saw
just
that.
fold pre to any hand that Peter is involved in. This is cool. All these guys in the chat. Pete. By the way, first time, friggin' Pete. I've been on this for like 3 months. And you're just now showing up. No, that's why we call him friggin' Pete. But yeah, it's nice to have some people. I sometimes forget. But yeah, I'll never forget friggin' Pete again.
Right.
Well, I didn't forget friggin' Pete, but I didn't know that those were the same person.
No, it's cool, man. It's cool. Be cool.
Yeah.
Like Fonzie. Couple of Fonzies here. How's Fonzie? It's cool. He's cool. He's cool.
Anyway, so
There's like a bunch
actual poker.
There's a bunch of 20-year-olds in the chat room like, who the hell's Fonzie?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They don't know who Fonzie is, right? Remember when
Maybe
we were
they
kids,
do.
they had Nickelodeon, so we got the 50s and 60s
There's a lot of people.
They have Nick at Night now still? Is there Nick at Night where they
think so.
show old shows? But old shows now are like Saved by the Bell. Like when we were kids, it was Mr. Ed, it was Bewitched. Now it's like Saved by the Bell and Facts of Life.
Yeah, but it's weird that those things keep sticking around. Like they're
the classics
they're
never go out of
remaking
style.
Dynasty. There's like a show on
Shut
the.
up.
It's already started.
They're remaking Dynasty?
It's season 1. It's on the CW. Also on the CW is like a.
Next thing you're gonna
a
tell
show
me there's a
inspired by
Transformers
Archer,
movie. Jesus.
Archie comic. Archie comic.
Archer is a thing.
Yeah, so it's Archie, Veronica, Betty, Jughead, and they solve murders and stuff like that. Yeah. So I think a lot of people might know who Henry Winkler is, but maybe good job coming a poker celebrity.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Be Free Man. Fresh Prince should come back. Good point.
Right. Yeah. Fresh Prince.
Fresh
Well,
Prince of
Will Smith
Bel-Air.
is pretty popular now.
Always
in his
has
own
been.
right.
He always has
There's
been.
a new Will Smith movie on Netflix
What's
with
it called?
Joel Edgerton and
Yes.
Will Smith.
Yes,
it's
yes.
called. I feel like it's called Bright, and I think it's like basically Bad Boys.
It's
meets
like fantasy,
Lord of the
though.
Rings.
Yeah.
Because his
No, it
partner
looks
is an
great.
orc.
It looks great.
But there's 2 big names for a Netflix-only movie.
Netflix is
Streaming
killing it.
is the future.
Netflix is killing it. Yeah.
Maybe we just need Netflix to be like no net neutrality.
Protect net neutrality.
Or protect net neutrality.
Protect
no
it.
to all this.
We need it.
Netflix is probably going to be one of the biggest victims if that goes through.
Couple of diamonds for Arthur. He's got a draw. There's a king out there for Dave, currently in the front of the pack. But as you can see from the percentages, I love these situations, by the way. Dave is technically ahead with the pair, but because of the available outs in the deck, Arthur, percentage-wise, is ahead of the pack here. And even Watbry is going to call here with his pair of 5s.
Yeah.
Now that
Ooh,
10 changes things quite a bit. Dave C picking up 2 pairs, still at risk against the diamond draw.
Vanessa's. You should. Oh yeah, you can't link. Maybe. I guess you can't really link in the chat. But the Kate Hall Twitter thread. Was
No,
pretty
she
good.
can. We'll let her.
Okay, yeah.
Taylor, let Vanessa
Taylor.
Kate link. Taylor. Oh yeah, sorry, Taylor.
Look, it gets that big speech.
Look at
about
this.
how to
Look, so
pronounce
Watbry is 2 pair, 7-5, and did Dave fold his 2 pair? Wait, whoa, what happened? Dave had king 10.
Yeah.
Where does
that
cards
is
go?
strange.
What's the previous betting? Why? I don't understand why Dave laid
The
his
pot's
hand
not
down.
very big.
There it went away really quick.
Maybe.
There it is.
Check on the tick. Whoa. Oh, so we don't know. It doesn't actually go back and tell you where
Did we have
he-
a misread on his cards? I think Dave had king 10.
It'd be a really tight fold. But yeah.
I'm trying to look at the board and see what king 10 would be scared of. It's not a draw heavy
nothing.
board.
King 10 would feel pretty great about that.
That's very strange, right?
Yeah, if he folded King 10.
So it looked like the cards were still up,
so
but I guess
lagged.
he folded on the
But you
flop
fold top pair on
before
that
the
flop?
10 came.
Yeah, but
he
folding a king on that.
that's actually not as
Sometimes
bad.
people do make interesting decisions.
Had he made the turn and 2 pair and folded, that would have been very strange. But folding
Yes.
King 10, it's a weak kicker. It's very easily beat. I'm okay with that. I was a little panicked if it was 2 pair when he folded, but I just got word from the
All
booth.
pro boy is not okay with that.
Hey, you know what? I'm the one in the booth, so it's my opinion that matters.
No,
right
no,
now.
he's not. Yeah, he's saying the play.
Okay.
You're okay with the play. He says nah. No way he folded top. Yeah, no. What's weird though is there are times where things happen that don't make a ton of sense in me like looking on the outside. Like I think Frederick led that flop with a 5, 6-5. I think, into like 5 people, which is a move that a lot of these guys do, but I don't necessarily know is a great move.
Right.
Right? And then folding king to 1 bet, I'm not sure. Like, yeah, you're dodging flush draws and stuff like that, but if you're folding top pair in multiple pots,
board
I think
was
that's going to be just like a losing proposition.
In the long run.
Yeah, I mean, there are situations where folding top pair with a bad kicker or like a medium kicker is okay, but I'm not really sure. Like that's where you're putting someone specifically on ace king or a king queen. You know what I mean? A king that beats you.
So what are you trying to flop 2 pair?
Right. No, exactly. Like what are you calling pre-flop with if you're going to hit a king and fold to a bet?
Right.
There was no raise on the flop. So I mean, yeah.
There was a bet on the flop.
Right. But you're calling or you're playing a hand pre-flop. You flop top pair, and you're folding. I don't know. I don't think that's. That's a good move.
So Peter Quest says, "What were you playing King 10 pre-flop for if you're folding a King high flop?" Which is, I think, what you're saying.
Right. Yeah.
But maybe you're hoping for a monster flop.
Sure. Maybe people sometimes play really tight in spots where you expect them, like based on how they're playing, you expect them to play a certain way, and
Maybe
they
he's
surprise
looking for a
you.
10 high flop.
Yeah. Maybe he's trying to balance his winning hands range.
He is in Harlan's seat. His winning hand.
That hand was too good to play from that seat. Is that what we're saying? That flopping top
Sure.
pair is too good in that spot, so you have
You know
to
what?
fold
My
it.
answer from now on is whatever Brent says.
That probably shouldn't be the answer, if we're being honest. Yeah, yeah, exactly. You're folding top pair range. The stream is not lit. Yo, East Coast Grinder. There's a lot more people watching this stream than the last time Casey was on there. Just saying.
No. So okay, one quid swords, I think is the name. He says, I think the machine just misread the cards. We have verification from the booth. The cards were read properly. Those were the right cards, okay? So back off.
Here, I'm gonna read some of these Kate Hall tweets because I remember them and I do remember some of them good. But Liquid Swords, which is clearly his name, Liquid Swords,
That's
which
hot.
is
That's super hot. Yeah.
which is a interesting name.
So Frederick is in for 10, and it's around to Garland on the button with King 5 suited. He lets it go. Taylor with 10-3 suited. Excuse me.
The chat on my phone.
And round to Santa. We have Peter in seat 6 with a missed blind. Santa is the big blind.
Yeah.
And there's Arthur Ace Queen. He
That's my
live
favorite
10.
Mariah Carey Christmas song, Santa and the Big Blind.
Live 10. Ace Queen is going up to 45 total. And let's see, does Frederick want to play Ace 9 offsuit for 45 now? We have a
Out of
raise
position?
from the
Oh no, he's
live.
in position though.
He's out of position.
No, he's in because it was the blinds. Arthur is
Didn't
under the gun.
oh, you're right.
Frederick
He does
is-
keep position.
Does have
You win this one, Brent.
yeah. Just stick with
And
that.
that's
Whatever
it.
Brent says. Oh, maybe we should go back. Oh,
He's gonna let it go.
Okay.
We should rabbit hunt that board. Okay, so you got some tweets?
no, hang on. I'm trying to find it because it's like old. But can someone just like link it to me? Because I apparently can't reload old chat.
Didn't she just put the link in the chat room? Why don't we just click on the chat room? Why you got to be so difficult?
I was trying to be. I heard one time. Okay, here we go. When no one was looking, Kate Hall threw a soda can in the garbage instead of recycling it. First human ever. So I think what this was propped up is there was a stream final table or a hand that she tweeted out where she had ace 10 and called off her tournament life in the 5 diamonds last year.
Okay.
So I think this was a year ago.
So the next one says, also she hates children, puppies, and old people. Can we please argue about this for the next 16 hours? Because it's really important.
Yeah. And so I said, my first response was I heard she canceled Firefly and Deadwood.
The worst.
Yeah. So this... Oh, here we go. She broke the news about Santa and the Easter Bunny to every child in the world. So you guys have something in common.
Right, like kind of, well, what I did, I told the truth.
Yep.
Yeah. What was this one here? She single-handedly caused global warming, the Iraq War, and the milk to go off in your fridge 2 days ago. The milk to go off in your fridge, what's that mean?
I don't know, maybe that's a Canadian way of saying go bad?
Oh. These Canadians and their weird sayings.
And then...
Frederick has raised to 60 with ace queen. It's like a tournament. Yeah, she's confirming in the chat room. Go off means go bad.
Yeah.
You Canadians.
May have been like an autocorrect on the phone type thing.
No, that's how they say it.
But you can't edit tweets.
7, 8, 9, 10. Aces open-ended and a 7 on the turn. Frederick checks. He's technically ahead. Aces draw heavy right now with 10 outs. I love our out counter, by the way. If you're new to Stones, check out the out counter on the top. You can see all of the real outs, but the ones that are grayed out are the ones we know have already been folded.
The real outs, because they keep it
True
real.
outs.
True outs.
I don't know why my boss keeps walking by the booth like staring at me, and
RFID
that's
cards in his hand,
making me a little nervous. He is holding RFID cards.
I think there's a technical issue.
Do we need to swap that?
All right. Well, if you guys are just tuning in, it's 5-5 no limit hold'em. We haven't been focusing that much on the game. It's been a little bit more of a random fun experience, but yeah. So there's that tweet stream that was pretty epic. Heard she actually killed Bruce Wayne's parents, so that would make her the Joker. She also got Patrick Swayze both in Ghost and in real life. I don't remember that one. Her middle name is Golden Calf. I don't know.
Okay, is this a new dealer? This is a bomb pot.
Yeah,
Let's go.
a
Boom.
bomb pot.
Check this out. If you're just joining the stream,
Is the light
purple hair?
No, that's not her name. Does she have
It looks purple, but everyone's putting in $25 except I think Garland sits these out for this stream. And then we have 8 players going to the flop for $25, and then once the flop's out, it plays out like normal.
It's purple.
It does look purple.
Right. I was just quoting it. Almost famous. Purple. Your aura is purple.
All right. This is Ace 9 7. We don't see Peter's cards yet. Ace is connected with the 9. Arthur has an ace. And Peter has a mystery hand. Santa with 2 hearts.
A mystery hand.
This could be a lot of action, and Arthur with the ace is going to bet. And
Hard to get too saucy, I think, on a bomb pot though. Even with one pair, like I think
you have to bet 1 pair.
Yeah. But
you need
for
to get
people
some hands
to call,
out.
I'm not sure. I think Santa will obviously call, peel 1, and then see where they go from there.
And Santa with the button standing up on its edge just has a decision here. If he wants to be the only caller for $100 to win $300 to draw to the nut flush, how could he say no? How could he possibly
he might
say
find
no?
a way. But do you just raise?
No, just call.
Why?
Because that might happen. You might get the 3 of club on the turn.
Yeah, but Arthur could have any hand here. He could have a flush. He could have a 9
how about
or
now?
7. He
How
could have
about
a
now?
weak ace.
How about now?
Yeah.
They checked it down.
So you want only
What does
women
Arthur bet?
stream.
What does Arthur bet on that turn card that Santa folds to? Tell me.
Not a lot.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, maybe 1,000. I think
I think the check is East Coast Grinder wants a stream with Kate Hall, Kelly Winterhalter, Casey, Jamie Kessler, Vanessa Selps, Melissa Burba. You don't ask for much.
Just a bunch of women that also don't live on the West Coast.
We can get Casey, we can get Kelly.
Yeah, Kelly and Casey are close enough.
And we can get this new girl that you know, Vanessa.
Oh, there you go. Vanessa Cade. Boom.
But he said Vanessa Selps, but
Which
we can
would
get
be
Vanessa Cade.
That's a bigger ask. We can get a Vanessa for sure.
Yeah.
We could probably get
And Veronica.
a Melissa.
We can get Veronica. Hey, Taylor, if you're listening,
Taylor,
can we get a special Christmas version of the Veronica and Friends flyer?
Ooh.
She
Throw
specifically
some
asked me
mistletoe
if we could
on
have
that.
some jingle balls on it.
Yeah.
Can we get a
Jingle
Veronica
balls.
and
Oh.
Friends flyer with jingle balls?
We're
Thank you.
interchangeable, it's fine. Vanessa Cade, Vanessa Self, and Doug Polk. All
Interchangeable.
all interchangeable.
Okay. Very good. We got a heads up match here with Arthur and Santa. And Santa gets the best of it with a spade draw and jack high.
Yeah, it's
He's in
Christmas
great
flyer.
shape.
If you just add balls to the
Just add
Veronica,
balls,
just
yeah.
add balls. All right.
And Jack High out in front here, but might not know it. It checks down anyways. Jack High's going to take it down. Okay, so only one card playing. Crazy.
All right, so Arthur, I think last time he was rocking a Laker hat. In his photo, he's rocking a Laker hat. In this game, he's rocking a Bulls hat.
Oh, yeah.
What's that about? Heyo.
That's all basketball, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes I think people wear hats for style and not for
Yeah.
team choice.
Now, could that be the Stones Bull by any chance? Because the Stones
Does Stones have hats that look like that?
No,
Or
I mean the Bull.
is there like a
People make their own
Oh.
custom Stones hats.
sure? But could that potentially be like a copyright infringement type thing? If
I
we're-
mean, we play friendly.
like
when
there's
it
a
comes
lot
to
of
that.
like Bull.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Stones does. But do the Chicago Bulls?
Oh, wow. This is like any bull is going to be
Right, yeah,
Chicago
just
Bulls are
done.
going to sue you.
The burnt orange bull would be like Texas, but it's different style.
Right.
Yeah, fair enough. If you just have a bull head on your hat, you made that yourself. You're probably safe. But if you made it for you. Oh yeah, it's definitely Chicago Bulls. But he was wearing a Laker hat.
So, did you leave a voicemail on my phone?
No.
I got a voicemail that I thought was you.
No. And I don't believe I was. Oh, Master C! You left your thing on, and Justin sending out really great stuff about himself.
No, like you gotta check out this. Somebody left this voicemail.
Okay, we're listening to Justin's voicemail.
Yeah.
Apparently, this is a call-in show.
We should
Call
do a call-in
Justin's
show.
phone.
We should do a call-in show.
Oh, Liquid Swords! What did he do? Do you have what it takes to get into this game? Yeah, if you guys want to play in the Stones game, you're going to be in the area. Definitely
You can
hit
type
up
in
that
seat
number.
open,
Yeah,
exclamation
they
mark,
just
seat
did.
open
Ghost of
up.
M did it. Number one mod is throwing it down in the chat with the sweet mods. But yeah, East Coast Grinder. Yeah.
No, I wanna
you
play
can
this
definitely
message.
play
I'm
in the
pretty sure
game.
you
Okay.
left this.
Okay, it might have been like a while ago.
Look, Dave C's got kings. He's gonna.
Yeah,
He's
little
gonna
does Dave
lose.
C know, was number one mod. Oh, wow. Wait, does that mean Vanessa is now number one mod? Uh-oh. I put 3 emotes in a row. You know what? Is it 3 different emotes? I think the bot is just defaulted to do that. Because I know Waprai often puts like 3 of the same emotes in the joint. And is like
Is there a
taunting
message?
the people.
What friend has a message?
I think that's the same thing he always does. It's for his kid. I don't know what it says. I don't remember what it says. And I'm just now noticing Dave C is wearing a full tilt poker jacket.
I did notice that.
Wow. Here it goes. Yeah, Rick and
There it
Barca.
is. Now Peter's open-ended. This is how it begins.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of reasons to like this flop if you're, or at least a few reasons to like this flop if you're anybody. 55 from Dave, called by Asa, called by Peter. Waprai is going to let his pair with the backdoor diamonds go. Oh, Peter raises. Look, I like Peter's raising in such fun spots, I think. Wow! And Dave, maybe the tightest fold of the night, folds kings. I suppose Peter's, like everyone's saying Peter's super tight and plays against him accordingly. But Peter just pulled off, a bluff that a lot of people, not a bluff, but a bet, a raise that a lot of people would do. I'm not 100% sure why you fold kings to that one raise, because this hand could, you're thinking like if a guy made a straight on a rainbow board.
He knows how kings do.
True. If you're
okay, check this out.
Wow. Okay. Yeah,
this is the message.
Super tight fold.
Maybe you still owe me $120. Oh, long time. Still owe. You come back now. We take care of you then, but you pay $120 first, and then you pay another $120. You come back later. You owe now. You sent friend Shawnee. He said still go to you. Hey, bye.
End of message.
Yeah.
Wait, it was definitely not me.
Are you sure?
I didn't even hear it. Let me hear this. Yeah. I'm not sure why that was apparently
Could
me.
you guys hear that?
Yeah. By the way, if you...
Peter with queens. Queens can actually win on this
Queens
stream.
can win, yeah.
Yeah, not kings.
Well, kings might have won.
Well, kings have won. We didn't see the river.
We didn't even see the turn. Yeah, we hear it. We just don't care. Thanks, friggin' Pete with the sick burn.
That's your friend.
Yeah, you can call him friggin' Pete.
Can we ban him?
Sure, Taylor. Don't mess with JFK Stone. Apparently. Yeah, Pete lives in Washington State, if I remember right.
Oh, okay.
So not too far away.
So a really safe flop for Peter here. It's probably going to end right now. I don't see Frederick firing at this. Peter's going to put a little bet, see where he's at, and should be a pretty quick fold here.
Speaking of greatness, I take CH and it wants to guess champagne.
Master C, you left your account logged in here, so we were doing a little typing as you at the beginning of the show.
Oh, pro boy Chuck. Technically, he hired me, and I'm not sure who hired him. The Lord of Stones.
The Lord of Stones.
The Lord of Stones.
I actually was hired by this company 2 years before Stones opened.
Wham.
Yeah.
I was told it was like called King's Casino.
Yeah.
Which is not to be confused with the King's Casino in the Czech Republic.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah. I was just walking down the street one day and they were like, hey, we're going to open a casino in a couple years. You want to be the TD? And I was like, what's a TD? Is it like a football thing? And
they're like, I don't
no.
play football. I don't do touchdowns. Yeah, I wouldn't mind more PLO also. We can talk to Justin about that.
A week from this Wednesday, we have a PLO high-low game.
All right, boom.
High-low.
Yeah.
Hello. Three-way action right now. Less than that. More than that. Dave, 9-8 suited is gonna get in there.
Now here's where this gets confusing, right? So what kind of flop?
Dave raises to 70.
And he has like
he calls the 70 bet.
Yeah. But he's gonna fold kings to a raise on the flop. So I think that's more of Peter's image. But yeah, what's up, Jimmy? Liquid Sword says shout out to B Paris. Yeah, he was solo doing all the streams for WSOP Europe before Tuckman got there.
Oh.
For like a week straight, or like every day pretty much up in there. Oh, hello.
So pretty good flop for Peter.
Waprai flopped a straight, but he probably isn't super jazzed about it.
He might think that there's a chance that someone's not holding 2 clubs. It's likely in these situations that someone just has 1 club, but that's just not what happened this time.
Right. This could be a fun spot for Peter to raise. I mean, if he calls and then bets, I don't know how much more money
He should
he's
call,
going
right?
to get.
He should call.
I think Peter could. Well, I guess Peter's tight image, but yeah, I guess he just calls.
He's got to make it look like he's drawing for 1 more club.
It's the worst possible
Hopefully,
card.
Watbry leads
Yeah, but
out is
doesn't a
what he's
raise
thinking.
look like you're calling for 1 more club? I guess if you're Peter, a raise looks like you're already there.
Yeah, exactly.
But in previous hand, when Peter was raising with
Peter
the 5,
is exploiting
just
his
a
image
gutter,
perfectly here. There's no way he gets money out of Watbry if he's leading here. That's the thing.
Yeah, I think Watbry is even more likely to be able to get away from this with that coming a 5 because now
Is Peter going to raise now? That's it. That's the end. Watbry doesn't call. A raise from Peter, and Watbry knows game over. He's going to let it go. You can see he's already got folding posture as he grabs as he grabs for chips.
Brilliant deduction by Justin.
Hey, shut up.
He called faster than anyone's ever called Peter's raise before.
Damn it.
I think.
He just doesn't believe him, and how do you not believe Peter?
I mean, in a sense, you're like, why would the flush, nut flush raise, right? I mean, you could think, now, if Peter just barrels his entire rest stack, I don't know why you're counting out chips, just shove. You have 700 chips behind.
It's like
At one
400.
point, so you have a pot-size shove.
3 and change.
Shove it.
And did he call?
No, he won't. I don't think he'll call. He's showing the straight and full.
Okay.
Yeah. It's,
They want blood in the chat room. They want blood. They said rip it.
Yeah.
They want blood.
Peter
And I don't know
should've,
why you
I
guys
think
want to
Peter-
see people's lives ruined. Is that why you watch poker? To see people's lives ruined? Ruined?
Why do you want to ruin people's lives, Chad? Taylor. Why do they want to ruin people's lives?
Taylor?
I just wanted to say Taylor. I didn't have a legitimate question. You can just pot shove. I do think for, like, you want to see huge pots when you tune into streams. I think that's, I mean, like, what are you looking for when you're tuning into a stream of poker, other than maybe to root on your friends?
No.
Chat
It's
with
like
the chat.
Yeah, no, I get it.
You know.
It's like, why do people watch NASCAR, right? The car's just going to turn left the whole
I
time.
mean, I don't know.
You want to see blood. It's the same thing. Look,
Do you?
I actually
Do you?
auditioned for a NASCAR announcer once.
Probably why you didn't get it.
I nailed it. I nailed
okay.
it. Look, check this out. They're turning left. Still turning left. Good, right?
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. I misjudged you. Clearly, you were cut out for that job.
I was excellent.
I like what he did on this left.
They turn left again. I mean, you watch NASCAR because there might be something crazy.
I don't watch
that's why-
NASCAR. But if I
People
were
watch NASCAR, okay?
I don't know, like, you might see something crazy, like Tony Stewart running a guy over and killing him. Do you want to see that?
Did that happen?
That did happen.
Oh,
Well, he hit him. He didn't run him over, but he did hit him, and,
killed
and
him?
he died.
he died.
Yeah, this happened like 2 or 3
But
years
that's
ago.
like what you. It's
Tony
like,
Stewart's a pretty big name.
Yeah.
The guy was out of his car, and people actually rewatching the video, and at the very end, it looks like he kind of turns into him.
Oh.
And it was.
That sounds horrible.
It was, yeah.
Why do people
So
watch
this
that?
is what you want to see? Are you happy?
No,
He got out of
you
the car-
actually
no.
made me really sad. Actually,
It's terrible. I know, but I'm just saying, like, I don't want to see that.
Dave C has aces.
Great job, Dave C. This is a lovely segue. So from actual death to aces
And
against 5 players.
Aces could die.
Yeah, on a pretty. Well, actually, it's a pretty easy flop to play, I think.
I always really admired news people for their ability to segue like that. You know, it'd be like, and sadly, 10 people died in the house fire. And up next, there's a squirrel on water skis. Yeah, I mean, and they
That's
do
like
it
the local
really
news is
seamless,
is awful
right?
for that exact
Yeah.
reason. Hey, what's the worst thing that happened today? Here it is.
So
Stay tuned for the worst thing that could potentially happen.
Dave C in a great spot here with his aces, 75%. Ace of drawing really thin to 10s
I don't
and
think he's
8s.
called yet. This would be a loose call.
It would be. There's not much going on for Asa here, but I mean, I've seen him make looser calls here. But I think Aces pretty much have a lock here. It's a long shot for any hand to beat them. He's going to let it go, and Dave is going to scoop a $225 pot.
He must be like way popular, because I feel like this is more people than I remember seeing last time.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, it's you.
Nah,
You're building your reputation. We got Vanessa Kate in there. We got people watching from the Czech Republic, and I think I mean, where are you guys watching from? Is it all American viewers? Do we have some European viewers? Guys, hit the chat room. Type in the city that you're viewing from. We don't need the usual your mom's room, your basement, none of that. Your actual
Although
city.
if you are
The actual city that you view from. Where are you guys viewing us from? Give us cities. I know East Coast, Texas, get it. Give us cities. We want to know what cities our viewership is coming in from. Let us know. Are we global tonight? Are we just in the U.S. and Canada? What's going on? Yes, I know. Niagara Falls, okay, that's awesome. Niagara Falls is great.
Wait, running up
Council Bluffs, very cool. Chicago, Folsom, okay, that's a local boy. Elk Grove, my hometown. We got VA, Virginia, okay, Philly. New Jersey feels bad, man. Why?
Africa, that feels like a joke.
Africa is not a city. Africa is not a city. We specifically said city.
So Cape
South
Town,
Florida,
South Africa.
Wheaton's kind of close by.
I'm from Provo, Utah.
Very nice, guys. Keep it. Anyone in Europe? Do we have any European viewership tonight?
Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls is
South
not.
Pole.
Wow.
Mr. Feek is
South
a penguin.
Pole. That's where Santa's from. Uranus. That's typical. I always wondered if there were.
Wow.
There's too many good Uranus jokes.
Yeah.
I can't. I just can't. Okay. Rick and Barso says that we're closer to Europe than he is. Do you want to take a guess where Rick and Barso's from?
Baker.
Close.
No.
Very close. All right, guys. It looks like we have. Are there rings around Uranus? Do you know? That's Saturn, right? Come on, guys.
Sure. There's at least one. I guess it depends on you, right?
All right.
City Planet.
Where's City
India.
Planet?
Is that for real? Capital?
Oh, that'd be great.
India?
Yeah, that'd be great.
What part of India? I feel like that's more likely to be real than the Africa one, but I could be wrong. I mean, there's no reason why people couldn't or shouldn't be watching from Africa.
L.A. Lower Alabama. What's L.A. Lower Alabama? What's that mean?
Lower Alabama.
Check
LA.
this out. Frederick is open-ended, and Peter K in this pot with King 5 flops trips. Everyone else is probably going to bail. Santa might get a little frisky.
What is this, middle school? Yeah, exactly. New Delhi. Oh, sick.
Oh, very awesome. We got a viewer coming in from New Delhi. Capital Caps, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate your viewership.
Should be mature. Yes, because Justin's constantly talking about butt jokes.
What? Well, they're
Which is
always
a huge difference
funny.
from
They're always funny.
Veronica talking about Saturday night sex jokes.
I think
Everybody's got their niche.
It's a toss-up,
Everybody's got their
right?
niche.
It's a toss-up.
Their niche.
What time is it in New Delhi? I'm curious. Check this out. We even have some backdoor diamond possibilities. Santa's led out here for 50. I'm sorry.
Santa
bet.
mess around. I don't know.
Santa actually did not lead out. My apologies. Peter K raised.
Ooh. Well, actually, Peter is.
That doesn't help Peter at all.
Yeah, but now he probably.
And it goes check. So
again.
Peter does get the check
Oh
mark
no,
here.
Peter! You know what?
So check this out. It's 10 a.m. in New Delhi.
10 a.m.
And
that's a good time.
And they're watching there in the morning, which is crazy because we consider ourselves a nice show, but we're global, so right. So there's guys waking up, eating their breakfast, and checking out some online poker, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty great. I was in Ireland a few months back, and I woke up at like 4 in the morning to take a pee break. Not a break, but I had to pee in the middle of the night. Okay. And I was like, hey, Stones Live is on. So I'm like peeing in Ireland at 4 in the morning and tuned in, and there it was. Stones
I
Live,
did it.
and
I did that
great.
when I was in Czech Republic.
Right? What time was it there?
And said hi. I don't know. I don't know. 5 a.m.
5 a.m. when Stones
like
is on there. So I know we have one of my favorite viewers is actually in Malaysia, Leo from Malaysia, and he watches us in Malaysia on his lunch break.
Nice.
1 o'clock, he gets his lunch break. He tunes in for the hour while he's eating his lunch. He was coming through Sacramento. He hit us up. He played on the street.
Oh, very cool.
Watches from the lake.
Yeah, there you go. Whenever all y'all want to play on this game.
So we appreciate you guys
It's 8:30 a.m.
checking in with us.
Delhi.
If you haven't done it yet, there's a little heart right above us. Click that, follow us. We really appreciate having you part of our family and being here. Stones Live. As long as I'm involved with Stones Live, I make a guarantee to our viewers it will always be free. We will never charge a subscription fee. You can always watch Stones Live for free. They will have to get rid of me to change that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is that a challenge?
View it how you want to view it, Brent.
Are you going to get Luca Brazzi?
I actually already have a backup job at Starbucks if they let me go. Yeah, and they have great benefits there, and I make a mean latte.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
You never had a latte
put,
like the one I make. So it might be Stones Live one day, Super Barista the next.
Super barista.
Super Barista.
Not just a regular barista.
No.
Got it. Are you guys doing a Best Guest Host of the Year award? Sure. Who should get it? Guest host.
He's you're right.
King of
He's a reg. He's a reg.
Yeah, currently a reg. I used to be a guest host. Maybe. Barista.
So
My favorite
Santa's
Game of
taking this
Thrones
one down.
Character, Sir Barista.
And are we seeing? Oh yeah, he flopped the second nut flush.
Some places might call that the joint.
It's pretty close, right?
Close. I mean, you flop the king high flush.
So speaking of guests, I will probably know for sure within a week, but as many of you that follow the stream may know, we are going to be simulcasting every show on YouTube now. So it'll be on Twitch and YouTube starting January 5th. We are going to kick off that first stream. We're going to Friday nights.
Friday night.
So we're going to be Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Our first Friday night will be January 5th. And my plan right now, and I'm pretty sure it's like 90% right now, we're going to have Chris Moneymaker here for our first Friday night stream for a 25-50 no limit hold'em game.
Hit him up if you
sick.
want WNBA betting tips as well.
For Chris?
Yeah, Chris.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So mark that on your calendar. January 5th is the first night. We're live on Friday nights. We'll also be live on YouTube and Twitch simultaneously. And every Friday night after that, got some great games planned for you. Friday night's going to always be big games.
Okay.
100, 200 limit, 25, 50 no limit hold'em, 20, 40 Omaha high-low, $1,100 buy-in single table sit and goes, $1 million buy-in single table sit and goes. It's going to be crazy.
Are we doing that?
All right, yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, guys.
Brent got a busy schedule ahead. I don't do all of them. I'll do as many of them.
You're pretty much doing all of them.
All right, sweet.
So check this out. Dave in with King 9 flops 3 diamonds, but no action. I mean, Frederick catches nothing.
Happening.
So
What's
it's
up,
an $80
Poker
pod.
Boss?
It's going to go right to Dave. It goes check as it should. He's trying to let Frederick catch something, but that's it. Poker Boss joins us. What's up, Poker Boss? Hey, Poker Boss, did you hear the whole thing about the January 5th game and Chris Moneymaker? Because I held a seat for you in that game.
You got a seat?
I really did. Not a joke.
No, it's not a
Check
joke.
this out. No,
I
you don't believe me.
think
I'm
it's a joke.
going to show you the list, and you confirm.
Can we get a Friday Night Lights themed opening song for that?
You confirm, is Sean McCormick on the list for the 25-50 game? Can you you tell the whole world
I confirm.
if I save
Is
the
that
seat
other name?
for Sean? Don't announce the other names. This is a
surprise.
This
Wow.
is a surprise, but we will look at the whole lineup. Is that not a wicked lineup?
If this was my dad, that might be more interesting.
Your dad?
Dan here.
Oh, I like it. Yes, this is the lineup, and as you can see here,
I don't know who that is, but yeah.
I reserved the seat for Sean
That's Bill?
McCormick.
Is that Bill?
Really?
Bill?
That's what you're gonna give it away like that?
Wow,
Jesus. Okay.
Sorry.
No more looking at my secret list, but Sean, we'll see you here on the 5th. I
Plan
plan on you
backfired.
being here. The buy-in for the game.
Infinite.
You got it.
You got it.
You got
The
it.
poker boss. If your name is
He's
poker, you're
rich.
fine.
Poker boss.
The guy
There's no boss
TD
that
at the
can't
Aria.
afford it. Yeah. It's I'm like the
Always-
Aria is the biggest poker room in the world,
But he's
and it's
worried.
yours.
It's yours. You own it.
Doesn't he?
Don't you get like half the rate? No.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's right. January 5th, mark it on your calendar. It's going to be a great show.
You know that Full Tilt is no longer business. I believe he's aware of that. It's still a jacket, and it's
Full Tilt is actually a business now. They're just not in the U.S. So Peter and Santa heads up to this flop, misses everybody. Let's see how these guys play it out here.
Oh, it's all good, dude.
fire him. Okay. All these flop flushes. What the hell? Yeah. Who are we firing, Embaldi? Oh, firing me? No!
Why? What'd you do?
Oh, he's already forgotten about it, so we're good.
What happened? Oh, for leaking the name.
Nah, I don't know what you're talking about.
It's just an asshole move. It's not a fireable offense. I specifically showed you the list.
That's true.
I specifically showed you the
I didn't
list.
spoil the
And
one name.
I said don't. Yeah, there's a big name on there.
There's still a great name I didn't
There's a
spoil.
big name on there, but Bill H is a pretty big name too, because he's such a wicked action player.
I've only done one stream with him, and
actually,
it was like, wow, you're right.
Seven of the 9 players in that game are like super action. Like it's gonna be like basically people lighting money on fire all night. It's gonna be pretty wicked.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do we have the fire marshal on hand? Oh, there's the Christmas.
Oh, I love it.
Christmas
Where's the balls?
Veronica
I don't see
Friends.
the balls though.
She has balls around her neck.
So check this out. This is
an earring.
This is on the 20th of December. It's an 8-16 Omaha 8 game. The last one was off the hook. There was a dog on the
trying
table.
to get in that game.
Everyone had their own
said
bottle
no.
of champagne. The game went for 29 hours. We didn't stream it the whole time.
Holy crap.
This is going to be out of control. Don't miss it. December 20th. The next Veronica and Friends is an 8-16
Where is
Omaha.
Veronica now?
8.
Hang on one sec. Beep, 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 beep. I think she's still. Oh,
No, she's not
she
here.
did.
She's not here.
I thought she kicked that PLO game.
She did, but then she left.
Oh, okay, never mind.
All right, guys,
She wasn't.
heads up action 10-9 and 7-4. I'm sorry, 4-3. Is it heads up still?
It
No,
looks
it's
like
three-ways.
three-handed action.
We've got a nice 3-way going on here at Stones Live. We're on the turn card. And Santa turns 2 pair.
Off the Hook hasn't been cool since 2004. We're bringing it back. Like jean jackets or
I like this jacket.
slap bracelets.
I have one just like it at home, just so you know.
Really? I had one of those full tilt shirts you get for like knocking people out of places.
What is it?
Like when you used to knock Full Tilt Pro out of a tournament on Full Tilt, you got a t-shirt.
Really?
Yeah, it was like a fish.
I played a Jen Harmon thing in Reno for raising money, and they had a pro on every table, and Daniel Negreanu was actually on my table, and they would sign a plaque if you knocked them out, like,
wow, all right.
I knocked them out. And I like
you get
played
the plaque?
every hand that Daniel Negreanu played to try and knock him out. It actually didn't go well.
Did he knock you out?
He did.
Did you give him a plaque?
I
Did you
should've.
offer him a plaque?
No, I wasn't famous at the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Should give him a plaque.
If it was now, I would have done it. I would have been like, don't you know who I am? Don't you watch Stones Live? Negreanu?
Negreanu.
Danny boy.
Oh, Master C. Peace. See you later, man. You guys want to go back and watch Master C's debut on the
He did okay.
hosting of the stream? Yeah, we did the last episode together, I think, right? Was it Wednesday?
I raised to 25 with 6-4 suited. Am I seeing this right?
Yes.
He's been very
Great
tight
job
tonight.
from the cutoff. Why not?
And now he raises 6-4 and doesn't get a lot of help though.
Doesn't get a lot of help, and really don't feel great about the c-bet anymore.
Checks around. Board pairs on the turn. Another 7.
Or I just looked at the. Yeah, I think you can see it there if you're raising.
Let's see what's. I'm trying to see what Walkeride's thing says. Asa picks up a 3 on the river, and I think that might be the winning card if he can hang on to his hand.
Delayed c-bet. Yeah. I don't. So who is that? Frederick bet?
Frederick bets 50 with ace high, thinking. I mean, no one showed any strength, and with Asa laying it down, Frederick's actually best. So.
How do we get on the list to commentate? Well, Justin will be the guy to talk to if you're looking to try to get into this.
Guys, look, this is how the commentating gig works out, okay? Because we got a lot of people that want to do it. So basically, what I need you to do is like take a 5-minute segment of Stones Live and record yourself commentating on the game and send it to me. That's what you need to do.
For sure.
If it sounds good, we'll bring you in, put you in the booth, and give you a shot. If we like you, we'll hire you.
Previously, it was just like you walk outside of Stones and whatever you see in the first like 10 feet, you're like, hey, hop in, right?
Well, I mean, originally it was just like we just needed someone in here, but we got really lucky because the people we pulled in was like, hey, Veronica, hey, Jake. And they ended up being really great, right?
Yeah.
Like in the very beginning, that was it. Every show was Veronica and Jake.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So they led the way.
They basically created what we do.
Don't do it, guys. It's a trap. What casino is this? It's Stones. It's not even really a casino. I guess, is it a casino?
No, what are you looking for when commentating? I mean,
let's poll the chat.
Yeah, what? Really, that's right. That's a question for the chat. What do you guys want from a Stones Live commentator?
Don't say boobs. I'm just in before someone says it. I mean,
someone's gonna say it.
Yeah. Well, now someone's gonna.
I mean, it's,
Vanessa Cade's probably gonna say it.
The majority of our viewership are males in their 20s, so
I'm gonna go for max production value.
They want middle school
jokes. All right.
Boobs. There's boobs. Thank you, Vanessa.
Damn, too slow. Yeah.
Arthur's raised it to 40 with Queen Jack, and Dave C wakes up with Ace King. He's gonna call 40. Frederick is coming along too. I guess he decided there was enough in there. It says 40, but I'm only seeing 25 in front of these guys. I think the bets might be wrong. I think we're going in for 25 here. And Dave gets the best of this. Ace King, he hits top pair. And this is exactly the situation I think he's been waiting for. We should see some fireworks coming in from Dave.
Yeah, I feel
Checking
like he
around
likes
the
his hand
Dave.
against a lot of people.
This is a multi-way pot, so it's a little scary. There's a club draw out there, which is a little worrisome. Because the graphics are blocking, I can't see how much his bet is, but it's enough to get Frederick to fold. Looks like 105. So about a third of the pot here. And we're around to Santa, who's only got a gut shot. He's gonna let it go. And Arthur, also a gut shot, backdoor heart draw, but he's got folding posture. And that's it. Dave C picks us up.
Peter Quest, I think you're right. There have not been any real 3-bets with very strong hands. That's why I think if a player wants to incorporate a 3-bet like suited connector type, like widen your 3-bet range could end your C-bet range.
Yeah.
Could prove to be profitable against this current lineup because a lot of people are full. I mean, if somebody's even capable of folding top pair to 1-bet, you should be C-betting like every single flop.
So I want to address a little bit of the chat room here. Jetto says the table looks weak. Am I wrong?
I
don't think it's weak.
I think
it's a strong table.
Yeah, I think there's.
I think that's the problem.
If we're looking at like specifically things, some of the guys I think have shown up to try to make as much money as possible, and some of the guys have shown up to just play snug, you know. So I don't know if that makes it like easy or hard, but if you feel comfortable playing against the style of play that's happening, obviously people who are going to fold top pair, you probably want to like adjust accordingly, right? There's a lot of spots where I think people could see bet or call peel one that they're not doing that, but that's just I think they're trying to like not lose.
So for many things in life, tight is right.
I suppose.
Is that the case in poker?
No, not necessarily.
All right.
I think like okay, so this flop is a good example, right? So Dave obviously has a really great hand for this flop, but Frederick's hand is not bad either, considering
he's open-ended.
Yeah. Now, I think the passiveness of the actions is what is really kind of making the difference. Like, I think you can probably, let's see, Frederick raised 20. I mean, that's kind of a loose raise in position, so that's, that's nice. He's opening up his range there. he bet the flop.
Well, David bets the river and takes it down with king
I think
high.
you could totally bet the turn too. If you're gonna bet that flop and bet the turn,
Okay, next question. Suited Aces says, what if I'm self-conscious about my looks? Can I do the whole stream while wearing one of those glasses and the nose and mustache thing? What do you think?
is that my call? I say yes. I vote yes. Go for it.
We should do a stream then in glasses with the nose and mustache.
Oh, okay. Sure.
You're down with that?
Yeah, totally. The Groucho Marx face.
So Poker Boss says that a good balance between poker knowledge and funny for what they're looking for in a commentator. He says he'll take funny all day over dry analysis.
Ooh, all right.
What do you
Fair
think?
enough.
Will you watch a poker stream where it's just they're funny? Or
Yeah.
are you more looking...
that's sort of my bread and butter, I think.
Are you
Maybe
more,
I'm not super
you're-
funny, but I'm
you're
not.
funny.
I'm definitely
I
not.
think you're funny.
Dry.
But when you're watching, not you, okay, we're not talking about you. When you're watching a poker stream, is the hand analysis more important to you than the entertainment?
No.
I know there needs to be a balance, but what's more important?
I guess it depends. Like, I'm not watching it. It depends on the stream, I guess. If I know who's in the booth, I guess I kind of know what to expect already, right? So sometimes I like to hear people talk about ideas and concepts that I haven't thought about, or maybe not a lot of people think about. But yeah, although I don't necessarily think it's great to go in thinking I'm going to be funny, right? Because if you're just natural, then I think you have a better chance of being funny.
Right.
I don't know.
It's like you don't want someone to be trying too hard.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Okay, next up, East Coast Grinder says any poker table with 4 or more guys over the age of 45 is not going to get a lot of 3 bets or 4 bets. Do you think age is a factor in the aggressiveness of the table?
For sure.
For sure?
I do
You think
so.
the older players can be stereotyped and that they're not going to be aggressive?
I don't know if 45 is necessarily, maybe it's a little higher, because I think 45 is,
It's not the cutoff?
I think you could go a little bit higher. I think there's a lot of people who probably, the 45-year-old people now would have been like, mid-30s at the peak of online poker kind of, situation. So I don't think that is necessarily true. I do think, you can definitely, you have the aid of the stream in terms of being able to see how some of these guys are playing. I know that some of these guys have the stream on, so they're listening to it. They're probably less concerned about listening to it than they are about seeing the hands that everybody else is playing and the way they're playing it. And the minute you see, so Peter has a very tight image, right?
Right.
But there's at least twice, the most recent where he had pocket 5s on a 7 high board, 7-6-4 rainbow, where he raised into 3 people with open-ended, right? Mm-hmm. That's a raise that I don't think super tight people will.
Are you reading the Horrible Bosses comment?
No.
That was my next one. It says Brent sounds like the guy from Horrible Bosses.
I've heard that before. I was on the strip, just randomly drunk, and someone told me that I sounded like him. I'd like to be, cast in movies like him.
So you got a nice compliment in here from the Poker Boss that says, Brent, I actually like you in the booth. Your voice has an earthy tone, smooth draw, and enough kick to win the high and the low. That's a nice compliment.
Yes, it is. I actually am, total side note real quick, I've been trying for like a month to get Brian Koppelman to come on the Poker News podcast.
Okay.
He's the guy that wrote Rounders.
Okay.
You didn't know that already?
No,
He plays
I didn't.
a little bit of poker. He's currently busy finishing the 3rd season of his current show, Billions, which is a pretty decent show. But I've been trying to get him on the podcast. He agreed to it, but via Twitter. I don't know if that's like binding. So, trying to work out the deeds.
So, Taylor, if you're listening, go to my Twitter feed if you would. And there's actually a link, probably like last week, to an article that Brent interviewed Jonathan Little. If we could get that in the chat room, I just want to kind of brag on you a little bit because you did a great job on it. It's in Card Room News, and if Taylor's not able to find it, I can go find it. I just want to say, like, not only is Brent, I think you're kind of new to poker commentary, and you've done some stuff with the WSOP in Europe, and you did some poker blogging, right, in Vegas, and now you're on Stones Live. but like kind of poker media is kind of your passion, right? So you
I
write
do the Poker
articles,
News
you do
podcast every
interviews,
week and
poker
stuff.
news, yeah. And one thing, I mean, I can tell you this off the stream, but we're here, we're talking about it. It's a natural flow of things, so I could just tell you. Feel free to like tell people about that stuff here. As a member of our family, as a member of Stone's Life family, we want you to feel comfortable promoting all of your talents in here too. So feel free to, you know, let our viewers know the other things that you're doing, because I know they're going to be interested in that too.
Right. Yeah. Well, if you don't listen to it already, I do the Poker News podcast once a week with Sarah Herring, Auntie Chardonnay, who, if you've been watching Poker News videos for any amount of time, you've probably seen her. She's the tall blonde. Maybe you haven't seen her, but
I'm sure like I'm much better with faces. So
Yeah.
I think we got a new dealer, and I think we got a bomb pot here. That's Sarah, by the way, the loudest dealer at Stone's.
Wow.
And 8 players in this. Remember, Garland setting the bomb pots out tonight. Watbury flops the second nut flush. He's going to be hard to catch up with.
except Arthur might peel one. Peel one.
Good,
Peel one.
and Peter K actually has 2 pair. So, I mean, it's not like it's over, but let's see what happens.
What? Oh, Arthur is the one to bet, too, which I don't hate. It's Jerry because he's mad at hustling. Yeah. That's funny.
There we go, and you see there in the chat room, Stone's Live Poker actually posted the link to the article. Thank you, Taylor. We appreciate that. And you guys check it out. It's a great article. Just save it for later so you don't have to miss any of the stream, too. And it looks like we have at least 3 players. Oh, there it is, another heart on the turn.
Ouch.
Arthur should have the check mark now. Oh, no, because we have 2 pair.
Yeah.
Could still boat up. 9-4
9-4.
and 9-3.
Wow.
Holy crap.
Taylor and Peter both up.
And this is what bomb pots will do. Yeah, I mean, you got a bunch of players. The ranges are completely taken out of the equation, you know, because everyone's going to the flop. So you can't
Taylor
put anyone
says
anything.
No thanks.
Wow, and the second nut flush actually got out of the way when that last heart came. He gave credit for the ace of hearts.
It's hard to have the best hand.
Yeah.
In a spot where anyone could have the ace of hearts with any combination.
It is 275 to go, and I mean, how tough is it for Peter to call when he's thinking he might only have 6 outs? But really, if you look at the out counter up there, he only has 2.
Yeah.
You know, how do you
One
call?
of the 9s. It's tough to call. I think it's a pretty easy fold. If Watbrye's folding, Watbrye may have called if he was on the button.
Yeah.
Without 2 people behind him. He might have considered calling in that spot, or if it was heads up or something like that. But 4 people, there's no way. It's a really good fold by Watbrye. I think what happens too in terms of like stream entertainment is when players are making correct decisions all the time, it probably is a boring table.
Yeah, totally.
You know, when you see a flop like this and somebody's folding the second nut flush, like, you know, for, you know, money-changing hands value.
But in a bomb pot,
yeah, for sure.
in a bomb pot, it's, I mean,
even in a normal
if it
pot,
was a
it
normal
depends on-
pot, it'd be a tougher decision. But in a
Yeah.
bomb pot, you almost have to get credit for all the cards are out there.
Right.
You know,
exactly.
you got 8 or 9
You can't
hands
range people
going.
pre-flop on a bomb pot, right? You can
Yeah.
you can range their bet, you know. That's why it might have been scary for a guy like Watbrye who held the second nut flush
Right.
when Arthur's leading into him on that flop. So maybe he thinks like he could already have a flush, right?
Right.
Theoretically, maybe, you know, or at the very least he has, you know, the ace of hearts, or maybe a set or something like. You know, I'm not sure what kind of range you would even put him on, but yeah, Coca. I think I saw you say something about 5-5 getting stream time. I think, you know, there's a poker stream probably for every kind of buy-in. You know, if you want a higher buy-in, we've got Poker After Dark now. There's a lot of the bigger games, but there's a lot of people who play 2-5. 2-5 and 5-5 are probably.
The
I
Poker
would say
After
it
Dark
might be
actually being filmed at Aria.
our boy Poker Boss.
My good friend Sean McCormick.
Yep. Who, in case you didn't know, is Poker Boss in the chat.
He's Poker Boss, yeah. And sometimes his wife is even in there, Miss Poker Boss. She'll chat in there as well. Yeah, she's been in the booth before. She's awesome. She doesn't know anything about poker, but she's still awesome.
Is this no limit? Yep. There's Watbrye trying to take a pot.
Guys, don't forget this Wednesday, 2 days from now, 10-25 no limit hold'em. Veronica Brill will be here in the booth with Justin Kelly returning from a month-long absence here at Stones Live. Very excited for this game. Great lineup. It's shaping up to be a really awesome game.
Too. That's one of the bigger games.
Big game. Oh, and by the way, I meant to answer. Poker Boss was asking what the buy-in for the 25-50. I mean, usually it's the 100 times a small blind is pretty typical, right? The 2,500 minimum, no max,
right.
no cap on it. It'll be a no cap game. 2,500.
Because this game there's a cap on the initial buy-in, and then after the first
it becomes
hand,
table match.
stakes.
It's a table match, yeah.
Yeah, Jetto, I think that there aren't a lot of people...
Miss Poker Boss! Sorry,
oh,
I got so excited she was here. Yeah, we were just talking about her.
Speak of Miss Poker
Thank
Boss.
you for joining us. We're going heads up to a flop, and Peter with King 10 comes out ahead on this one. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I got so excited when she joined.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I don't think a lot of people. Sometimes we get games where people don't really value the suited connector route. You know.
This game has been a lot of big hands to open, right? And that's true. We haven't seen suited connectors opening wide.
Yeah, and then like it can be profitable to call call 3-bets in position with suited connectors as well. Right. So there's a lot of things we haven't really seen. You know, I would say for a guy who, like, I think Peter has been playing really well. Maybe that's because he kicked off the stream of the salad this time instead of the halfway through salad.
That's what you got to do. You know, he knows now. Miss Poker Boss, I hope you are wearing your Stones hoodie. I'm watching you.
Kyle Kitagawa, who, as far as I know, is the only Asian co-host currently. He's we did a stream together about a week ago.
Yeah.
No, 2 weeks ago maybe. Yeah, he's around. East Coast grinder.
Someone asking about
he's still
Kyle?
Around. Yeah, he said
what happened to the Asian co-host?
Rep the minority.
Rep the minority.
So it's a fair point. Fair point. He's around. He's but a guy like Kyle too is like a pro player.
Okay, and he'll be hosting our 100, 200 limit games that we're starting in January.
And he probably hates that because he really wants to play those.
He's conflicted.
Yeah, exactly.
He's conflicted.
But that's what you get into when you get a guy like Kyle in the booth who needs to make money, and makes more money playing typically than he would coming in here. But this is a fun gig too.
Typically, but this is guaranteed.
Yeah, true. I have a really great
You could have a bad
ROI.
day.
I have the best ROI of any of the Stones live stream people because I've never played in the game, and I only make money when I come here. And
that's what I love about directing tournaments is that I always win.
Yeah, same thing for live updates on the tournaments. You're always just making money. It's awesome. It's seriously 5-5 game. Most interesting action right? No, but it's not always 5-5. It's sometimes it's 5-5.
Mondays, so typically we do Mondays 5-5, but Wednesdays we switch it up. Yeah, and then we're adding the Friday night stream in January, which is going to be the big games, the big buy-ins. So.
Part of this though too is what the guys want to play.
It's a
popular game for the people here playing because, well, obviously we want to get something out there that people want to see on the stream. We also want to get something out there that people want to play, right? And 5-5 is a pretty popular.
Well, look, I mean, it's pretty simple. If I can't get 9 players in the game, we don't have a show, right? So we have to do popular games.
Yeah. Oh, there is a range of games for sure.
Peter's gonna check his 10 here. And Dave has top pair.
And Dave's just gonna
check behind.
Yeah. Oh no, you didn't do that.
No, it's checking down. It's checking down here.
Not a lot of action. I could have enjoyed seeing a bet here on the river with the king from Dave. Whereas I think if you switch that, Peter is actually going to try to value bet his king.
I think a bet on the turn and a bet on the flop, but I don't think Dave should bet the river there because at that point when you get a king with a weak kicker, you're only getting called by a hand that beats you. In my opinion.
Jack and yeah, fair enough. You're chopping yeah. Really, can you even grind out a nice hourly at that? I'm not sure. I don't play 5-5, but I do know that this is this 5-5 game plays pretty big. Usually, this might be one of the little bit tighter of the games we've had. But sometimes these 5-5 games play huge. And then Wednesday we're having 10-25. So there's basically a stream for everybody.
Sometimes we even stream
bigger.
1-2, and then sometimes we stream a 25-50.
Sure, 1-2 sometimes plays as big as the 5-5.
Actually, we're having Jonathan Little out the third week of February, and one of the games he's going to be doing is a 1-2. And as you know, Jonathan Little is kind of an expert in micro stakes.
Right.
So it's a really kind of a cool thing. If you think about it, like those types of games, like okay, so you go on ESPN or Poker After Dark or whatever, and you watch like these millionaires playing these huge games. And that's cool, that's fun and everything, like watching cribs and watching a house that you're never going to live in.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's a lot of value to watching a game that you might actually play in.
Sure.
And seeing the difference in that game and a game that might, if you learn watching high stakes and you try to apply that in a 1-2 game, right? It's
They
going to
were
be bad.
Poker After Dark did a 300-600 PLO game, and a lot of people thought that was kind of a duddy game because the blinds were too big to really incite a ton of action. So it's hard. You got to find a balance between stakes that people want to play, stakes that people might want to loosen up a little bit in.
Right.
And 300-600 PLO was not one of those stakes, at least for the game.
That seems silly.
Yeah. I need to use the restroom real quick. I will be right back.
You got a bottle.
You've been leaving all night. I do have a
right
glass,
there.
but,
I haven't really been leaving. I've been standing by the door talking to people.
Chad, back me up. Taking smoke
This
break.
guy lazy. He's lazy. All right, so we got some heads up action here. Vanessa Kate says that not enough live streams do 1-2. We try to do like 1-2, 1-3 games from time to time, but I think you're right. Like, obviously the bigger games are going to get bigger viewership, and that's what most of the streams are going for. It is what it is. We try to do a 1-2 or a 1-3 at least once a month, if not more. And with us going live on Fridays starting in January, we'll be streaming at least 3 times a week. There'll be more room to do some low stakes. And then, of course, we have guests like Jonathan Little, for example. Oh, hey, look, it's Taylor.
What's up?
What's up, Taylor?
Look,
I saw that.
OR.
Very nice, very crafty.
Because it's the real spelling.
So Taylor, for those of you who don't know, not only Stone's live commentator, but actually one of our production broadcast managers.
Been back here.
He's been back there getting made fun of, and now he can come up here and defend yourself.
Well, I mean, I think I kind of laughed at myself.
That's great. Yeah, no.
You're lucky I didn't put your name as like Justine or something.
It's happened
I thought
before.
about it.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was on my high school diploma. Because they did something really smart in high school. They put the list up with everyone's name, and they said just walk up to the list and correct your name. So people just went and changed people's names. So when we got our diplomas, like everyone had whacked out names, and mine was Justine. I was really pissed off.
So what you are really trying to say is when you photoshopped your high school diploma, you misspelled it.
So we are looking for new broadcast and production team members. If anyone would like to apply,
I think tonight's my last night.
check this out. We got 5-way action. We've had a bunch of flops like this with a bunch of like suited cards, but look at this. Peter with the only spade, and it's only a 5.
Is this a bomb pot?
No, it's just a bunch of players playing badly. And Taylor with Queen 9, top pair, gonna take it down.
Taylor.
Peter. No, he's Taylor. You're Taylor.
He's Taylor.
So this is how the whole thing started, is when we sent in Taylor's name to our production team, and Taylor said, hey, he spelled it wrong. I've never seen anyone spell it wrong like that.
Yeah.
I said, no, say the name. Taylor. It's L-E-R. Taylor is L-O-R. Taylor, right? So L-O-R is Taylor.
Yeah. Well, my name is Taylor. So.
It's Taylor.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Taylor.
Taylor.
It's, I don't know, Old English or something.
It's like when they said ye old pub, but it's P-U-B-E.
Yeah.
Ye old pube.
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 Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm in your spot. Hey,
All right, Taylor. Look, he
up?
even,
I even put it as
enunciated V-O-R.
Bye, everybody.
Lore Smith. I will say, I think that's the first time I've ever actually left the booth in the stream. Sorry.
You should be sorry. I just had
Normally
some
I'm
random
chained
person
to the
jumped in here.
some random Taylor Smith. Are you willing to hire a Nicaraguan immigrant with no documentation? Guess she does have a 1-2 night where they literally go round up every drunken loud. You know what? That is typically Veronica and friends. And they don't round up the drunk people. They just come and then they get drunk.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happens. 6 players, and we have a bunch of mystery hands. I'm not sure what's going on with this one. It looks like the cards are on the reader, but we do have a $40 bet from Arthur, who is one of our mystery hands on a 6-7 flop. Kokaka, great name by the way. Get hashtag tag king on the stream. No. All right, next question, guys.
Also, you said apparently you just got randomly beaten up in some New
I
York
heard some story about
underground
this.
thing.
Very sad. Vanessa says you guys should have a legit 1-2 night where you literally round up every drunk. Oh, you answered that already. That's Veronica and friends. 5-5 with a $1 to $5 ante would be pretty spicy. We had that. We had a 5-5 with $1 ante game. It actually was a lot of fun. So we got the cards face down here, and we got all the board cards out. Pocket aces for Arthur, and probably good. Oh, Peter shows 1 ace.
I wonder, like...
And Arthur's going to scoop
no
a
betting.
$165 pot. Look at this flop, though. I mean, 1-5
Yeah, that's
for
true.
a
The
straight.
river makes it's hard to bet.
SD619HR says bring Lyman onto the show. He's been invited. And it's an open invite, and he knows about it. And he's like done this thing one time where he's like, I'm close by, I could come, like whatever. And I said, I'll send an Uber for you because he was in Napa. And he said he'd think about
Uber
it.
X,
Yeah, whatever. I mean,
Uber Black,
I would do what it takes to bring him out.
okay.
And then he doesn't respond to the message type of thing, and then the time passes by. Lyman's invited to the show. Look, if he wants to make any effort at all, I will bring him here, and it is what it is. If he wants to come, he can come.
Currently waiting for 3 cards free. Yeah, perhaps. You know what? I mean, I think what tends to happen too sometimes is you know, like you need almost like 2 kind of aggressive players, and then a third one really like doesn't fit, but 2 is a kind of a good number. When you only have 1, sometimes people just try to, like, you know, wait to play big pots against that one person. You know, here I don't know that one person is really here. Like everyone's trying to wait to play big pots.
You know, look, with the cards face down, I think this is a good time to address this. I think most of you guys watching are poker players, okay? So I want to say this to you. Poker is not just about making money. I mean, that's important. But poker should be fun. But more importantly, when you have the crazy player in the game.
Crazy player is a harsh term.
Aggressive, fishy, whale.
Okay,
when you have
sure.
a whale in the game, don't tap the aquarium. There are so many things that poker players do. First of all, when they make a bad call and get lucky, don't freak out at the table. Don't berate them. Don't try and teach them what they did wrong or why they shouldn't have called you. Put your damn ego in check, okay? Poker is supposed to be fun, first and foremost. Secondly, I don't want to see this anymore. Poker players, this is a shout out to all of you. You need to knock this crap off. When there's a fishy player in the game, and all the players are clearly trying to jump tables to get on, and you've seen this happen before.
Right.
You've got a player in a game. All the players are on the list to get into the game. That player racks up, and he gets out of the game, and he's at the cage cashing out, and the whole game breaks while he's cashing out at the cage. All right? Do you understand what happened there? That player turns around, and he knows you're all there because of him. You think he's ever coming back?
Maybe that's like a private. I don't know. Like I have
that he was there.
No, I get it.
He was there, and there. Look.
No.
I'm gonna let you say your piece. I'm gonna let you say your piece. But look. Let him leave the room first. Then break the game. Play a couple hands.
People are in their cars
so
before he
goddamn
is.
obvious. Like, let him rack up and leave the room before you break the game. Are you kidding me? All right, go ahead.
Oh, no, that's funny. So I was like. It was post-stream one night, and then we were playing PLO.
Okay.
And it got down to where it was three-handed, and people kept, like, we were five-handed, and people kept leaving our game to go play a 2-5 game with a specific player. I don't even know his name.
Was this here?
Yeah, it was here. So he goes to, all these people are going trading games because A, we're losing people, and B, there's this guy at the 2-5 game everyone wants to play with. So he gets up, and he walks by us playing three-handed PLO, and he says he'll sit if we each give him $15. I'm like, okay. And the other guy's like, okay. The third guy was like, no thanks. So the other dude paid his $15 for him. So he sits down.
And that was acceptable?
With like 4 racks.
It was like a thing like it had to be from each person?
$45. I was like, I'm not going to give you $50, but I think you said 15.
Okay.
So that's fine. In 10 seconds, the table was full again. And they were trying to get him to add another seat to the table. It's like,
yeah,
everyone from that 2-5 game came over to play there.
There are literally players that you could build a game around, and the thing is, those players aren't always bad players. Like, action players aren't necessarily bad players, but at least give those players that can build a game the courtesy of not tapping the aquarium.
Yeah, fair enough.
Don't berate them when they make a crazy play, when they gamble. You want that, but you know what? It's poker. It's not chess. You can play perfect and you can still lose. There's like there's these huge egos involved. How could you have called with that? You know what? Shut up. Who bought them in? Did they buy themselves in? Let them play however they want. Say, this is all you should say. I think you agree with me on this. Nice hand. Keep playing. If you really are the superior player, if you really are that amazing, and you sit there long enough, you're going to come out ahead. Am I right? Yeah. So why you got to get all irritated and upset when they get lucky?
I don't know. I think it's human nature. Sometimes people just... I also think sometimes you get in really bad habits. Like if you constantly get mad about losing, I think it's very hard to combat that when you're mad about losing.
Just because it's human nature. It's automatic.
Like it becomes muscle memory at a certain point. Like if you always react the same way to something, I think your body gets trained.
Do you think that people take their poker wins and losses as a sign of, like, take it personally as their personal ability? Like, if I'm winning, okay, let me ask you, I'll phrase it a different way. If I'm winning in poker, I'm winning in life. If I'm losing in poker, I'm losing in life. Is that the mentality? Like, it's tied personally? Like, if I had a good poker day, like, my life is good?
Oh, I think your emotions might be tied to how
specifically
your experience at the game went.
Not whether you're playing good or not, but your results. Your emotions are tied to your results.
People probably do that. Or people definitely do that. Your emotions, their emotions are tied to their results. I don't, obviously people would say don't let that be the case, right? You want to make the right play all the time. That's the plan generally.
So it looks like we got our cards back. That's great. It's a new deck, and it's reading.
It's a new deck.
Yep. And Santa has flopped the world here. Ace Jack hits top 2 pair.
I mean, the world, yeah.
That's the world, right?
Pretty.
There's no clubs out there.
It's kind of a dry board. He doesn't know there's no clubs.
Ghost of M says, JFK, it's the worst. When I rack up, sometimes the whole room shuts down and dealers start folding up the tables. Also, it's like almost like a scene from the Cincinnati Kid. I haven't seen Cincinnati Kid.
I have not either.
But that's horrible. And Ghost of M, by the way, if that's the case, we would like to invite you to come play some games at Stones.
Nobody will leave.
No, they do it here. They do it here. And I need to retrain our players.
Well, you'd think it would be a potential thing to not to like be aware of, because there are people who have to know that they that everybody wants to play with them. They're aware of the fact that like the table fills up as soon as they sit down. Those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Where people are actively trying to get a table changed to their table. Those kinds of things. Speaking of, I think we just saw a table break shortly after Casey sat down. She just broke the whole table.
Casey broke the table?
No, I don't know if she broke the table.
Oh. There she is. Hey, Casey, quick question.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
No, you don't have to come in if you, I mean, you can. Did you just sit at a table and break it? You're right.
I told you. We were
so
just talking about this.
Casey sat at the table and broke the table because you won? Because you took all the chips? Oh. All right. We're going to have you doing commentary soon, right? All right. Awesome. I'll call you. Don't call me. I'll call you, okay?
Wow.
All right.
That's normally what you say when you're rejecting people, though.
No, but I really am going to call
okay,
her.
cool.
I really am. Okay, so the rumors are confirmed. Casey sat on table 10. I think it's drinks on Santa.
Santa says he's buying
Send
drinks.
it.
Casey, you can drink our drinks for us.
Yeah, so she actually sat at the table and broke it.
It's unfounded.
Taylor M, pocket sixes, and it's 10 to call. Catching up with the action here. It says rest in peace table. Yeah, it's very sad.
Okay, so 10-9. I like this. Peter playing the hand. I don't like it. I'd like to see someone raise these hands. Limping with sixes or limping with 10-9 suited in position. Seems kind of annoying. That's why Santa I really
here it
like.
comes.
All right.
Here it
I've
comes.
just become a huge fan of Santa.
And Santa
Real
also
or not
just
real?
offered to buy us drinks too.
Those two things are completely unconnected. Me being a fan of him,
And him offering to buy drinks.
Yeah. Arthur calls in position with Jack 8 and Waprai. Would you? Oh, hello. Okay, so
Wow.
he's got a really great squeezing hand.
Yeah.
But it could have been an interesting spot.
Did
to
he
squeeze
fold it?
with many hands? No, he raised.
His hand's not there. Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
He 3-bet to
so makes it
175.
175.
That is a really great squeeze. And let's
Replace these two
see.
numbskulls with Casey.
Taylor lets
I'll
his
try,
sixes go.
I'll gladly move. Low the Jack 8 offsuit flat. Well, I mean, some people value position with drawing hands like that. Maybe he thought it was gonna be a thing where a bunch of people come along. This is where, when you raise this, I think, well, no, okay, you don't really want to call, I guess, because Waprai is in position, but I think you could make an argument for a call. King 10 suited is a pretty strong hand heads up. I mean, we know Arthur's probably going to fold, but maybe there's a world where Arthur calls if Santa calls as well. It looks like
Santa's not calling though.
I'm okay with playing it. Okay, yeah, so Santa folds. There's no way Arthur's going to continue. Waprai. I mean, Waprai had a great hand to do that with, but it would have been interesting to see what kind of hands he might have considered doing that without. I actually, this might be, I mean, we're coming into the final 40 minutes of the stream. I think that Santa has decided to open up a little bit, because I really like that, limp. If you're entering the pot, he's decided to raise instead of just flat behind with King 10 of clubs, which is great. I think that's preferable to limping behind. Mostly because if the entire table were Santas, gosh, that dude Brent talk is so boring. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm boring.
I don't think so.
Oh, well.
I think people behind a keyboard
50-50.
feel like they can say things I don't think he'd say it to your face.
I mean, probably. I'm not really a fighter.
Yeah.
So you could
Well,
say
I'm
whatever
not
you
saying
want
you're gonna
to.
fight.
Oh, I'm gonna get you.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I think people that say rude things online, they wouldn't say it to your face, not about fighting
in
or not.
general,
They
sure,
wouldn't.
sure.
He wouldn't walk up to you and be like, "Hey, I saw you on that stream last night, and you really sucked. You were really boring." But it's much easier to type it from a keyboard in your room. You feel disconnected from the people. You forget that they're real people, right?
Oh, they forget we are real people?
They forget we're real
right,
people,
yeah.
that they could actually say hurtful things.
I have not
and-
been created by
and
the
could-
internet to make
they
poker
could
streams
hurt-
more annoying.
they could-
Despite
Are your feelings hurt, Brent?
No. I thought...
You look like your feelings are hurt.
No, I'm fine.
You're okay?
Yeah.
Do you want to?
That's,
Do you want to
that would... He would
Do you
tell
want me
me...
to
He
get
would tell
Tracy
it
in?
on
Give you
my face.
She can give you a shoulder rub.
On
or...
my face. No, it's fine.
No, you're okay.
I mean, sure. I'll
Or some
take
chocolate. You want some chocolate?
Yeah, I'd love some chocolate.
All right. Don't say mean things, guys. That sucks.
No. It wasn't even really mean. You're welcome to your
Pocket
opinion.
tens are
Blah, blah,
still
blah.
out in the front. Dave C hits a little piece of this flop, and Ace is gonna let
You
tens
guys
go
can send
to a
me all the
$75
hugs
bet.
you want.
Yeah, Brent, I saw you had something online where you were taking applications for friendship. How'd that work out?
Oh, right.
Did that work out
I said
good?
I am available for friendship.
Available.
That's what I said.
Oh, I thought you were taking applications.
It was not applications, no.
Available for friendship.
I got a lot of responses, but I think that's interesting because it's hard
did you
to...
gain a friend? Did you gain any friends from that? The people that took you up on...
Nobody actively pursued... I mean, people who weren't already my friends. Sure.
Oh,
No.
it was people that were already your friends.
People who were my friends, sure. But I think that's the thing. I don't know.
It's hard. I think it's harder to make friends nowadays.
It is. As you
It's
get
hard
older,
to connect
too,
with people.
and as you know, as a guy, too, I think your options are limited. The harder you try to be friends with like girls, maybe that they'd be weirded out by that, right?
Or maybe not.
Or, no, yeah, I know.
You just
fun-
ask them out for coffee. It
Yeah,
doesn't have to mean anything.
Boom.
Just go. Let's go get
I'm
some
gonna
coffee.
open with, hey, coffee.
Don't say it like
doesn't have
this.
to mean anything.
Let's go get some coffee. If you
Well,
say it
yeah,
like
if-
that,
coffee.
if you say it like
Hey,
that,
you wanna get coffee with me? Please. No.
all right, we got cards.
Jeez.
King 9 and a 4 on the flop.
Wait, so get your sit mining.
Ace Deuce has a couple of hearts to work with, and let's see what happens here. 15 to go.
I'm gonna try to make the talk less boring. I'm not sure how.
I think you're doing
You can
okay.
see he's got 10-9 in the big blind.
Oh, this is
Ace
good.
deuce on the button.
This is really good. All right, guys.
I don't know. That's all I got.
Garland's 9 is best here. The heart draw did not make it.
But the deuce comes in.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. Say the words coffee and chili.
Look at this. East Coast Grinder is going to start a GoFundMe to get you the girlfriend
Yeah,
experience.
wow.
What is the girlfriend experience? That's like you spend a bunch of money and then she nags you all night?
Apparently. Stop playing video games.
Why you got to watch TV all the time? You just went out with your friends 2 nights ago.
I'm on a 6-old Cuban cocktail. Only yeah. Peter with the salad remedy, 2.7K.
Nice.
I like the moves Peter's been making. He is a, it's maybe one of the more like tight players at the table, but
Tight is right,
he don't
right?
mess around.
Say tight is right.
He's explored the space a little bit.
Yeah.
I think this evening.
Puck from the real world joins us. What's up, Puck?
Oh, Puck.
Miss your shenanigans on the real world.
Man, that's a way old callback. Puck from the real nice.
He made that show.
Yeah. I mean, it's like a reality TV villain sort of situation.
It was the creation of
It
it.
was the first. She comes over, but actually just wants to watch Orange is the New Black.
Ask Veronica next time you're in the booth with her. Ask her about the time that she posted Netflix and chill, thinking that literally just meant like chill and watch Netflix together. She didn't realize it had any other connotations, and she was very embarrassed when she learned it.
I'm pretty disappointed because I Netflix and chill all the time by myself.
All right.
Ew.
Conversation over. Santa flops a 7 and another 7 on the turn. Santa pretty much got this one locked up.
But it's like
3
I'm watching
diamonds,
Netflix.
3 diamonds, focusing on poker now.
Yeah.
Frederick is actually betting at this. No more diamonds. The 7s are golden. This should get wrapped up pretty quick here, guys. East Coast Grinder wants to know, how could she not know? I mean, some people don't
like
live
Veronica,
but some people don't live their lives in internet memes. If it wasn't on
fair enough,
Snapchat,
true.
Veronica's not going to know about
But
it.
how about why does there have to be a code? And what about
You know why there has to be a code. Come on. You're not a dumb guy. You know.
No.
You know.
I would like to live in a world where you, instead of texting Netflix and chill, you can just be texting what you actually want.
Hey,
That's the
would
world I
you-
want to live in. Bam.
That is.
I don't want to do coffee
That is.
or Netflix and chill. I want words to mean what they mean.
You want.
I want words to mean what they mean. That's what it is.
You want to reshape reality instead of just adjusting to what reality is. How do you play
reality
poker?
sucks.
How do you even play poker? If you
reality-
guys should all play the way I
Yeah.
think you should play. I'm not going to
No.
adjust my game to you. That's
I'm
what
talking
you're saying.
about dealings with people. You can play poker however you want. Because poker is a space.
Poker is an analogy to life.
But the way people play poker sometimes annoys me too. So the way people
But you don't try
live
and
in the
get them
world
to
annoys me as
change.
well.
You don't try and get them to change.
No,
you
I don't
adjust to them.
I don't think they should change. I would just like to meet more people who don't do that.
Well, good luck with
Say
that.
what you mean.
Good luck with
mean
that.
what you say.
Good luck with that.
Like the word you're looking, it goes back to that thing I was talking about earlier. There's a lot of words in the English language.
Read the most recent comment from Puck from Real World.
No one will keep a job if we all say what we think.
Boom.
Yeah, fair enough.
Mic drop.
But yeah, I mean, fine, I guess.
Peter's calling 35 with ace queen. It's been raised up.
Oh, I'm pro coffee for sure.
Ace king, ace queen, king queen. Three ways. We got a classic three-way here on the stream. 10, 10, 7. It misses everyone. Let's see if anyone's willing to get aggressive and take this pot down without connecting their cards. This is for anyone to take. They just have to bet.
Talk about the hands. All right. Well, Dave C has, great hands. Like they're shuffling the chips.
I mean, they're good size.
He's got knuckles.
They're-
And he's got 5 fingers on each, so that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, they're
I mean,
very-
as far as I know, everybody's got 5.
Dave C is going to bet it. Ace king, and it's golden.
Yeah.
Dave C takes down
Dave
a pot.
C.
Doesn't
look at those
even have
hands.
to
Look at how he
connect the
flicks
pot.
it. Such finger dexterity and strength. Great hands, Dave. Great hands. Next hand, we're gonna look at Frederick's hand.
My dearest Madeline, it has been some time since our last meeting. Perhaps we might have relations with Netflix in the background. I await your response. Is that what you're thinking?
No. If I want to watch Netflix, I want to be able to say, "Hey, I'll come watch Netflix."
When Brent asks you to Netflix and chill, what he's really asking
Yeah.
you is to come hang out and watch Netflix.
Yes, actual Netflix.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
We're gonna watch a show.
Yeah.
Right.
I haven't
That's what he's saying.
I haven't watched the new Punisher yet.
It's
So,
good.
There we go.
It's really good, by the way. I don't Netflix and chill though with Punisher. I Netflix and work out. I Netflix while I work out.
right,
What's
yeah.
that called? Netflix and
I don't
aggro?
know.
I Netflix and aggro.
Netflix and Lyft. Netflix.
Do you lift? Taylor finally waking up with a premium hand, queens, and it's going from 20 to 60 now, guys.
Yeah, if I ever text you and want to play soccer, I definitely just want to play soccer. I really like playing soccer.
If
But
I
that's the
text
point.
you to play soccer, it means something else.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I've noted. I feel like...
All right, guys, we got ace 6 and queen queen, and right on schedule. There's the ace on the flop. And Taylor's gonna bet it. He's not scared to put out a bet.
Well, Frederick is taking the passive approach that allows Taylor to decide how much money he wants to have in his hand.
Hits the queen on the river. It's a suck and re-suck type of situation.
It could be a thing where Taylor
All right.
gets paid here, 165 or so.
It was a beautiful
no.
card for Taylor. By the way, chat room, I love you right now. Sometimes I feel like, our job is to entertain the viewers in the chat room.
Yeah.
But really often what ends up happening is they entertain me instead. So I kind
Yeah,
of feel
no,
like
it's a
it's an
great
extra
time.
bonus. You guys are awesome.
Chat's
Keep it
good.
up.
I think, all kinds of chat is great.
Yeah.
Even McVault. There's been a couple people.
You know what you should try?
What?
The dentist system. Do you know the dentist system?
No.
Guys, help them out.
Is it something?
If somebody in the chat room knows the dentist system, and you can give them letter by letter
Okay.
how the dentist system works.
I don't actually care. I honestly
you-
wasn't that offended by it. I thought that was...
No, this is one that you'd be offended by. This is something that will help you relate to the females better.
Look, I'm not interested in somebody who doesn't want to, talk real.
But you need to know the dentist system, okay? The first one is demonstrate value. So it's
Oh, wait, no, okay.
Demonstrate
so that's like,
value.
there's a movie called The Tao of Steve.
no,
that's
that's
the
not
same
this.
thing.
This is from Always Sunny.
Okay, yeah,
This
they
is from
sort of
Always
modified
Sunny.
The Tao of Steve.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Demonstrate value.
It's a brilliant
I'm here
system.
demonstrating my value by my boring hand analysis.
It's not boring, okay?
Understand.
I hate to have to keep being the one to tell you that.
No, that's perfect. No, I mean, I just...
This is a new dealer.
So
This is a
the
bomb pot. And we have 8 players going to a flop.
And Frederick
Ace, deuce, 3.
is a nice hand. Yeah, that's right. I'm never gonna...
There it is, there it is. No, negging is not one. No, you guys need to look this up. You got it all wrong.
Yeah, I thought it was a dented system, so I should just get, like, my teeth cleaned all the time.
Vanessa Kate says, I'm happy enough to accept strangers lying to me when it's going to make my day suck less.
Bam.
Okay. But Brent doesn't want that. Brent wants everyone to be real.
No, I get
it's
what
85 now.
I'm not even saying you should always just say what you think, but I'm saying if you're going to have a
We're heads
conversation,
up.
don't...
Ace, queen, and ace 7.
Like, if your point of saying what you're saying...
Wow, look at
that's
this
a good
turn card.
turn.
Yeah.
Nice turn.
Diamond draw for Frederick. It does go check, check. We get a free river, and ace, queen still good.
Yeah. And bam. Frederick's going to bet Taylor's going to call. I don't think there's a world where Taylor raises here, but...
So Vanessa Kate, she makes a good point here. She says, like the guy from Starbucks told me they're out of the stuff for the mocha fraps instead of honestly telling me that he's just too lazy to go in the back and get it.
That's important. I think that's closer to what I'm trying to say.
He's not going to get away with it if he tells the truth, though. If he just says, let's play this out. I'm too lazy to go get the stuff and make your drink. Well, I want to talk to your manager. If he says, we're out of it, what can you do?
Yeah, but then
what are you going to do?
Is that an easy thing to catch someone lying on?
No, of course not.
No. I think what I mean is, like, if my intention is to do a certain thing, I don't want to, like, I don't want to live in a place where I have to, like, say something else that is alluding to the fact that this is what I want, right? So the idea of Netflix and chill, like, I don't want to say that if I'm meaning something else, right? Because if we both know, first of all, if we're both talking about the same thing anyway, why are we speaking in code?
Plausible deniability.
Yeah, and I just want to live in a world where that's fine, where people can say that, and where a woman could say that she wants to do whatever she wants and not be judged, and where, like, I could say the same thing.
I get chips on 11.
You are a hopeless romantic.
Yeah. I just want words to mean what they mean. I don't want, like, oh, hey. Like, yeah. I don't know. People just used to, yeah, there's no, everyone is like, it's just don't sometimes just be holistic and, yeah. No, I'm fine. I am, oh, wait, you just pasted the thing. There's a little bit of, hey, can we get JFK Stones muted for
mod.
spamming?
You can't mute a mod.
Brent needs help.
Brent's got some alcohol on the way. He just has to complete the stream. We're going 3 ways to this flop. We got a 5, a 6, and a deuce. And all players have missed this. There is an open-ended draw for Santa. It looks like he made a check. Yeah, and we're over to Frederick, who is going to bet with ace-queen.
All right.
Vanessa Cade says that clear and transparent communication is for real potential friends, not stranger interaction. I'm being handed a microphone. I'm not sure why.
Oh, are we about to have a rap battle?
Hello, hello. Oh yeah, it's on too. Check that out.
No.
I heard my own voice when I talked into it.
Yeah.
No, it's ours. I'll take it.
So Frederick bets $85 on this flop. I would like, well, I don't know that he's going to get any other action here, but if he does, I would like to see. Oh no, open-ended. Never mind. Open-ended on a rainbow flop. He is definitely going to get action here. I am completely wrong. Let's see.
Oh, look at that turn card. This makes things very
Just flats.
interesting.
Yeah.
Frederick hits his queen, top pair. He's moving all in. Can Santa call? Can he check call here on the turn with the open-ended?
For 400, half pot. Let's see, open-ended. How often? Yeah.
No,
I think it's
gonna let it go.
I think-
That's it.
All right, yeah. Peace out, East Coast Grinder. Thanks for tuning in. See you later, Rick. Thanks for tuning
Rick's
in,
out of
guys.
here, guys.
We got 20 minutes
something
left.
I said, come back, guys.
Netflix-
We're almost done.
Yeah, Netflix and chill has turned into a joke. because it's probably what the initial like meaning was anyway. But yeah, like a legitimate thing I might text somebody is like, hey, I'm gonna watch this show. Do you want to come watch it? And I don't feel like I want to live in a place where that's gonna be misconstrued as anything other than, hey, come watch it. But you know, there's a lot of code that I don't speak necessarily.
If I'm single and I'm attracted to a girl and I'm hanging out with her,
Right, if I'm asking her to come to my house,
like at some point, I am gonna test the water and see if there's interest there, you know.
right. Yeah.
And
Okay.
if
But
it's
see,
like,
we're doing, I guess, yeah, the plausible
look,
deniability thing makes sense.
I can't say, hey, can you come over to my house tonight and we'll just kind of see if there's chemistry and then I might try to kiss you. That's not gonna work.
What if you just say,
You
come
have
over?
something else
Oh, wait,
going
the
on.
guys-
Come
the
over.
guys
Oh,
of-
just come over. Just come over.
Yeah. That's
What are we
probably-
gonna do? Just come over. That's creepy as hell. So you have
Yeah, but it's like
you have
you're
something to
creepy
do.
as hell
You have
with
something
making
to
it-
do. Come over. Let's watch a movie. And then you'd be like, oh, we're watching the movie. I'm not really feeling chemistry, so I'm not gonna try anything. Or I am feeling chemistry, so maybe I'll try to kiss her and see how she responds. By
We
the
have
way,
a potential.
Kings are
King
about to win.
winning.
Kings
Yeah.
are about to win. By the way.
Oh, he does have the King of Diamonds, so maybe. Who's holding the King? Santa? Okay, Santa's not going to come over for. Yeah, exactly. I mean, whatever. People are going to do what they're going to do. We do have to adjust. I'm not saying it's fun.
So Ghost of M says that now I know what Brent really meant when he asked me to come over and watch that show. Shameless, Brent. Absolutely shameless. Very sad.
Exactly.
Hey, a rare Kings victory here on Stones Live.
Yeah.
That's very nice. The Kings actually took down a pot. I think that cooking dinner is a great first few dates idea. I think it kind of goes back into our tribal spirit of sharing food and the bond that creates. I think that's a good early on, and it's something that you can do together. Even
an activity.
You can, yeah, and that's. I think you want to avoid things when you're getting to know someone, like going to the movies or things
See,
where
I
you
really
can't
like
talk.
movies.
Well, and movies are great, but you want to talk and get to know
No, I
someone
get it,
early
yeah.
on, right? Like once you get to know them and you're sick of talking to them, then go to the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I like what Liquid Sword says. I just think, yeah, I don't know. I get what you're saying, though. People want to be able to pretend that they didn't mean what they meant.
Look,
Which is another reason why I don't like it, because it allows people the escape of, oh, no, I really just meant, like, come watch TV. Like, I know you don't want to, like, do other stuff.
but you need that. That's important. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Look, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that 5 cards in a row? What's that
That's
called
a-
in
yeah,
poker?
a straight.
Is that a straight? Peter K flops the world again.
I think, like, Peter should maybe, like, I don't know, like, maybe do something here.
How about
Like,
check?
Find out. Like,
How about
he's
check?
not sure if Arthur wants to call.
Arthur's-
so he wants to be like, hey, Arthur, do you want
Arthur's
to, like,
calling.
check, bet, and chill? Now he's got a bigger straight. Probably getting a little less excited about it, but so maybe like Peter will throw out a little bet here, and then like Arthur will be like, I don't know what Peter means here. Well, I'm unsure.
in poker, that
I'm just
actually
a
is what
girl
you
on
want,
a couch
though, right?
with the hand. And yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to make this work. It's funny to me. Arthur's gonna play. He says,
Oh!
he says one more episode
Oh no,
of whatever
Arthur.
show we're
No, no, no,
watching
no,
on
no, no,
Netflix.
no.
But
Wrong time.
yeah,
Any other time this would work.
well,
Wrong time.
true. It's not a great board for a lot of hands other than straights. Peter might even be potentially able to fold a set, but Peter doesn't have the nuts. If Peter calls and checks and Arthur just blasts the river, there's a world where maybe it works. We'll see if,
Does Peter just call here?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't look like.
It's just a call.
Okay, yeah.
Just a call. I love the chat room. Keep it up, guys. That is great.
We both
Jesus.
obviously read that at the exact
We
same
and we
time.
can't repeat it, unfortunately. And I'm actually kind of shocked that the mods haven't nixed that one, but it is pretty damn funny.
So Peter is he checks again. Arthur, how much you fire? If you're trying to bluff here, I guess you go pretty big. 450, 500, 450. He's gonna go a little bit smaller, 350 maybe.
Wow.
But even that card is a little bit scary.
Yeah.
Now
No, that's
you just
true.
need the jack.
That's
so
true.
Bumping him in the turn, getting a favorable river card, and then firing again on the river. He might be able to get this pot. And Peter's capable of folding. I actually think Peter's been playing really
That is a
solid tonight.
dirty card for Peter, and it doesn't look like he's gonna fold.
He hates it.
He does hate it,
But he calls.
calls.
And he's going to be
That's a good
loving
call.
it.
That's a really good call.
Yeah.
Wow. Nice call, Peter. I
let's
have to
see.
give him kudos on that
hey,
one.
what's up?
Oh, it's the
Somebody
one
is
and
rubbing
only
their nipples.
will be making his infamous return to the stream
So tune
on
in Wednesday.
for a 10:25. We were talking about you, buddy. They're asking for an Urban Dictionary word tonight.
Oh, wait. Are you
And
guys both in the
That's
book now? You can
it's
do
only
it.
a change. I think
it's
we're
a-
past the 8 o'clock
okay,
hour
never
now.
mind.
He tried to get me to do it, and I told him I would
did
not
not
cheat on
try-
you.
what?
I told him I would never cheat on
That's
you.
good.
Yeah.
I try not to cheat on you when people try to lead me into the where's he going nowhere thing.
Yeah.
See,
but
that's-
you did it one time.
Calm down.
And
You
I
did it with
forgave
me.
you.
But it didn't mean anything.
And I forgave
Yeah,
you.
it didn't mean
yeah.
It was the only
God damn it.
reason that I know what that is because you did that the first time I was in here.
Oh my
With me.
God.
Justin Kelly, ladies and gentlemen.
I plead the
Yeah.
fifth. Hi guys, see you on Wednesday.
Cheater's gonna cheat, I guess.
Oh, damn.
Wow. Once a cheater, always a cheater, right? Yeah.
Tiger can't change his stripes. I legit saw somebody going by in a Segway.
Waprite joining us in the chat room to tell us that he sucks.
Here,
Hey, and Waprite, I don't know if you can hear us, but what's your sign say? We can't read it. Says, hey, something. Son?
I think maybe.
Peter K wakes up with Ace King this time.
So he has a Korean friend
Racist.
named Sun.
Son?
Is that
I
what
think
that
that's
is?
a girl name in Korean.
Well, I said Korean friend, Sun.
Is it a friend or is it a friend? Since we're doing real speed.
Sun, I think is that like a
Dave with Jacks, this is a classic race. Jack, and Ace King. Fun hand. We're going heads up. We're going to see a flop. These hands are typically referred to as coin flips as they're about 50-50 pre-flop depending on what's been folded already.
It's his Twitch name.
Oh, okay.
Ninjas Rock
It's his son.
101.
That's weird that he named his son Son, right?
Yeah,
Like, I guess
so-
that makes it easy. What's your son's name, Son?
Kimchi and chill.
Yeah.
Kimchi and chill. I'd come over for kimchi and chill.
I like that. So it's 45 more to call. Peter raises Ace King. Another 50 to go.
Another 50. Let me see.
I
Little
think
ditty about
I
Jack.
think Dave's thinking about folding here, but I think he should at least call and see a flop.
I don't think
If there's
we
no
fold jacks
overs-
here. Come on, Dave. Come on.
I
come
think
on.
he's
Hang on,
thinking
wait,
about
wait.
it. I don't
Rev
think
up.
he's gonna
Rev
do
up.
it.
Do it, Dave.
That's what we're doing? Oh, I'm doing both. It's only
Oh,
one. It's
okay.
only
Well,
the right one.
you're doing the first one. 'cause
He
you-
called.
Yeah.
And now
Okay.
we have the ace. Now Dave can fold, right? Now we can fold. Because that's basically you're looking
Now his
with
hand is
jacks.
ended.
I don't want overs, right?
Sure. I don't think that's why I don't think you call, and especially if you're going to fold to every ace on the flop. Peter specifically, I get it. It's probably you're thinking like if I can dodge an ace, fine. But what happens when you hit like a queen or a king? Or you know, I don't know.
That's still fine.
I think you can bump it. I think you could. I think that's a spot, especially since you know Peter's kind of tight, where you could 4-bet. And I mean, I would prefer
Wow,
4-betting to
this got
folding
more
for flop.
festive than last time. I feel like things have been added
now
to it.
with more balls.
Guys, this is on December 20th. It's going to be an incredible game. I'm telling you, there was a dog on the table last time. That's how crazy
Is that
it got.
what the benchmark for what makes a game incredible?
If there's a dog on the table, you know it's a good game.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. It's
that mean every game
8-16
Jason
Omaha.
Garcia plays
Milo.
is
Is
a good
Jason
game?
Garcia brings a dog
Yeah,
and they put it on the
What's
table.
this marshmallow? They
I was
have a
just
dog.
happy that the dog didn't pee on my table. You know?
Oh yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
Great job, dog. Let's see.
8-Finger says if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge an ace. I love it.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. How much was the dog worth? Did anyone call? Heyo.
Heyo.
I like it. Just bet the dog. I bet the dog. And some guy called with the pink slip for his car. How come people don't do it? Do we allow that at Stones? Can you bet your pink slip?
Totally.
Here's my watch. Okay, I call with my shoes. Because I've got those LeVar Ball shoes.
Taylor flops 2 pair and not a big action flop for him. I don't think he can make a bunch of money here, but it should end pretty quick.
Bet $35? I think Waprai is going to fold.
I'm so confident.
I would peel if I was Frederick. Alright, I like it. I'm not sure I enjoy being in a spot where I'm in the small blind
So
and I'm just flatting. But
Frederick sticks around and picks up a heart draw now.
yeah. So this
And
could get action. Because he's
unless-
not going to fold, but I don't know that he's going to raise.
He's leading.
He's actually going to raise. No, it looks like
He's leading out.
the button said check. It looks like he's
Oh,
check
you're
call.
right. He's calling. And hits nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Check calling is sometimes going to be rough. I don't think Taylor's going to just check behind here.
It don't want to matter anyways.
Yeah, it doesn't. I'm not going to make any more money. I had Chachi thrown at me during a Veronica and Friends game. Who threw Chachi, though? Was it Lon? Because I feel like the only person who should be throwing Chachi, if anybody is Lon.
I don't believe that story.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I do know that
I mean, before like tossed. Is
Poker
probably-
Boss is uninvited to all future Veronica and Friend games for knocking Lon McCarran out. For felting Lon McCarran. You're not allowed to felt Lon McCarran.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he broke that rule and has been 86 from Veronica and Friends. Not from Stones Live.
Right,
He
just
just
Veronica
can't
and
play.
Friends.
He can no longer be
What
Veronica's
if Lon?
friend.
Oh, because you busted
Because
Lon.
Lon is Veronica's #1 friend. And you can't bust Lon and still
Can't
play in the
bust
game.
Lon.
That's the rule. Yeah.
Got it. This is good to know in case you guys ever play on the Veronica and Friends stream.
Yeah, don't bust Lon.
Well, it's one step closer to me being able to play on Veronica and Friends.
Are you in queue?
If fewer friends
You're moving
are
up?
around, then I've got a shot.
You want to play 816?
08? Yes. With a bunch of drunk people? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I do. For sure. Alright. Some sweet hands here. I like Garland
Finally, we're seeing some range.
mixing it up.
Arthur hits that 9. Frederick has a gut shot straight draw, as does Garland, the bottom end of it. And Arthur's going to go ahead and bet. He figures he's best here with middle pair. Wattbry in the chat room says he felted Lon once. We've been watching you play. You haven't felted anyone, buddy.
Whoa!
Oh, hey-oh!
That yellow sub just got shot down. Pew, pew, pew.
What? Poker Boss says I'm 86 from Aria. That's the only room I go to when I go to
I was gonna
Vegas.
say no TDA, and he's blocking you from the TDA
You know
as
what?
well. The TDA
I'm just
summit.
no point going to Vegas anymore because Aria's the only room worth going to. Honestly,
Aria is great.
it's top notch,
When
right?
Aria opened, I was down there for a week with some friends. We were playing 4-8 mixed games, and that's how I met. It's really sort of the reason I ended up doing this for a job. And so that's how I met Remco, who used to work at Poker News, who hooked me up with the WSOP people when I first started working. But yeah, it was a week of that. So there were 2 people in that game that weren't my friends before I went in there. And one was Remco, and the other one was this woman named Carol Klein. And by the next year, my friend and I stayed at her house the next time we came to Vegas. That's how friendly we
Nice.
got in the game. It was great. She's good people. She does a lot of board game type stuff, so I have nerd friends to hang out with.
I like the
when I
board.
go to
I like
Vegas.
the board game circuit a lot.
Yeah, we should play board games sometime. I need people to play board games. I have 0.
I'm in. You a chess player?
I'm not great, but I'll play.
Even better. I like winning.
Oh, so I was talking about this on the last stream. There was a guy. Let's see. Ooh,
Top pair for Dave C.
pair.
Looking good, Dave.
It's true though.
And Dave put in a bet there. $30. You're making me yawn.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's contagious.
Habitual.
Santa probably can't call with 8s here.
Probably can't. Probably won't. Kind of look and sound like Charlie. Yeah, yes.
Not look.
Wow.
No,
He's
you-
not look.
You don't look like Charlie Day.
At least we've
You know who Charlie
graduated
Day
from
is?
John Lovins. Yes. Yeah. The guy from That's Always Sunny.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's what somebody
the
else.
show. You didn't know the dentist system.
I vaguely remember. I haven't watched too many episodes of that, but I have seen some of it. Yes.
Wow, so let's check out the cash. And I see Peter K has a ton of chips, and I don't think he bought them all. Let's take a look at
He
what's
did
going
not
on in
buy
here.
Peter K.
Cash Win says
Can't
Peter K
lose.
is won 2.3K, and on his heels is ASO with 725. Peter K has dominated this table.
They'll
I
be
don't
like,
get it, I
oh,
don't
it's a
get it.
faded out DEA shirt. Oh, no, it's from the previous thing. The acronym is from the previous message. IEA. I don't know if that helps. I know what it means.
As long as you know.
So Peter,
Another run good hand for Peter.
with 5 or 6 minutes left, Peter played really well. And you know,
always
like
does.
he gets I think he gets a rap, or at least maybe I've just pinned him as a guy who's kind of tight, but he's made some not so tight moves.
The call with 9-6 was pretty impressive.
Right.
Yeah.
I like the raise, like his like squeeze spot with 5s on that 7-6 4 board. I enjoyed that. So I think for sure. See you later, number 1 troll.
He's a well balanced player for sure.
I look like bad.
Great movie.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
All right, look at Arthur flopping trips again. Peter is in trouble here. Everyone caught a little piece of this. Dave C even with Jack 4 hitting the bottom pair. And Arthur,
Peter's taking a wait and see approach.
are we going slow, Arthur? We're
Everybody's
checking
checking.
around. Okay. Turn card coming, guys. Oh, no. Arthur pairs up the 4. Dave gets the
So last
bottom
place
and
is
full
gonna
house.
lead into 2
Yeah.
players, which
Wow.
actually might end up saving Dave money.
Incredible.
Which one? Oh, this one's not on.
Oh.
Yeah, this one.
Thank you, buddy. I'm gonna share with my buddy here.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
we
we're
have
getting
drink dollars.
So
So he bets and gets called by both players. I don't really know why Arthur would check again.
Yeah.
That seems like a tight check. He did not.
Okay.
It just jumped the gun. Good night, Sean. Good seeing you guys. This would be, I mean, what's going to be funny is this is going to be an interesting hand, and then we'll get like a little dud of a final hand, I think, unless this takes a few minutes. But that's okay. There's no way Arthur is checking. Looks like he bets 400.
Now this is actually a
450.
pretty good bet from him, not knowing
Dave
that his
snap call.
opponent, has made a full house.
Now, he might have gotten called from either player.
If you went a little lower.
No, I'm just saying, like, if Dave folds, there's a world where Peter calls.
Oh yeah.
And if
but Peter can't call now that Dave's called.
Yeah, Peter is gonna
How can he think queens are good
almost never
with
call
a bet and a
here.
call on the river?
Yeah. So in
I think
Dave
that has to
being
be his
in the
thought
hand
process.
actually really helps Peter save some money. He might have considered calling.
But he knows he
Yeah.
knows he got unlucky here. You can see it. You can see the pain in his face.
Well, you just hate having a big hand and having to fold. But he's still gonna fold and book a pretty good win for the night. So no real issues there. I don't think you can be.
No.
You gotta feel great if you're Peter. Obviously, the specific hand is gonna be annoying.
He's gonna let it go.
But you're
There it
gonna
is.
see
Look.
that you're
Oh,
right.
Dave.
You were
So
beaten by
sorry.
both
Yeah,
players, too.
that's a tough one though. That 4 really got him on the turn. Like he could have easily gotten away had the board not paired with the 4.
True. Yeah. Well, the check.
know?
Arthur checks. That's
an
one of the
un-
benefits of checking the flop.
It's just an unfortunate card.
Yeah. But you also
Unfortunate
run
card for
into a
Dave.
situation where it's like a perfect storm, where
Yeah.
you're gonna get paid.
I mean, and that's what happens in poker. You have these scenarios, and it's essentially what you're waiting for, right?
Yeah.
The big win, the big score.
And so Arthur picks up a nice little pot with about 3 minutes left in the stream. All right, are we gonna get a better hand
I
than
mean,
that
we could.
right now?
We could.
I know. We gotta guess. Are we gonna get one?
Well, I mean, probably not. That was a really good hand.
Yeah, there's a lot of chips. So Arthur moves into the second biggest stack with 2.7K, which I believe makes him a small winner. or
So
not a
Dave
small
C's
winner.
racking up here. He's getting out of here. Rough night for him. He has had a lot of really fantastic nights. He played well. He just got some unlucky
Yeah,
spots.
this is the first time I've seen Dave C.
Yeah.
I think leave down.
Booking a winning,
Yeah.
usually booking a winning session.
So I mean, and this is a situation where it's not nothing necessarily that Dave did wrong or anything.
No, it's just poker.
Just
It's
the
just
way
what
it went
happens.
down.
So, guys, this is probably our last hand of the night. If you haven't done so yet, please click the little heart up there. Follow our stream. We would love to have you join us, be part of our family, and be able to tell you when we're streaming, guys. Mondays and Wednesdays. We're adding Fridays in January, and sometimes we're even here on a Saturday or Sunday with a final table for a tournament. So you definitely want to follow. For this last hand, Garland flops the nut flush.
Yeah, and
What do you think?
He's not going to get any other action.
Yeah, there's no one with anything in this hand.
He bets, and it's like one of the first hands he's even played that I can remember.
Yeah, he
you know, it's
hasn't been very
unfortunate.
active tonight.
And nobody really has anything great. Like Taylor, I guess, has a speculative type, like one pair with a gutter, but you know, he's not holding the ace of spades or anything, so he's not going to continue. Why do you never do overtime? Yeah, because this isn't hockey. No, I'm just.
We do overtime sometimes, special games and stuff like
The
that.
sit and goes and the
Not tonight. We have
tournament
to-
streams are usually longer than 3 hours. So
We're
that's
on a
good.
delay, so we have to plan it ahead of time. You know, we have to like an hour
True,
before
right,
the
yeah.
game's gonna end. We
At
gotta
this
let
point,
the production
guys
team.
the table's not even going.
Yeah, I mean, there's guys in the back are already gone. Like we're watching 30-minute old
They've
footage.
split up to their other games. where
And check
they're-
this out. I was wrong. We get one more hand. So maybe this will
One
be the
more hand.
smash.
It's gonna
drop,
be huge.
Flash,
It's gonna
bang,
be the best hand.
boom,
Best
crazy
hand of the
hand.
night.
We should have told them it was the last hand. They can all just go all in.
Dave C has
Pre-flop.
neglected to play the final hand of the stream, which is fine. That was a bit of a cooler. He was not,
Yeah, I would be pretty
but you know,
irritated.
at least he's irritated, but he didn't really take it out on anybody, and he just left. Sometimes you need to take a breather.
It's a
after
gentleman's
that.
game, and
Yeah.
Dave C is a gentleman. There's no doubt about it.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Asa gets up in there with a raise. Frederick's limp with 7-4 of diamonds. All right. I mean, I kind of like raising in spots.
It's
like
the
that if
last
you're gonna
hand.
limp,
You might
but
as
yeah.
well. You might as well play whatever.
And then Santa's like, nope. Oh no, he just calls the 35 in the small line with 8-7 of clubs. All right, cool. So the cool part about this hand is if they hit a flop, they're gonna be. If any of them hit a flop, they're all gonna hit the flop.
a lot of quality hands. Yeah.
And that's not a flop that hits any of them.
Wobbly with a gut shot, straight draw, and not really much going on for anyone here. It'll be
Yeah,
interesting
we
to
needed
see.
the flop to be like.
This game has not had players really taking aggressive lines when they're not connecting, so we needed like a middle range flop to see some
Yeah.
fireworks here. But you know, let's see. Check. Round of Fredericks checking.
Someone's gonna fire it. Like
Ace
someone
is-
random that maybe we wouldn't think about. Asa was the pre-flop raiser, so c-betting here is an option.
Sixes are in the lead, but Wadbury with overs and a gut shot straight draw actually has the best of it percentage-wise right now. 65 to go from Asa.
It's gonna be hard. Wupperite doesn't strike me as the kind of person that chases gut shots fairly often.
Yeah, I think
And
you
there's
let it
no
go.
reason for him to believe
Snap
he has
fold.
a better
Asa takes it down.
hand at that moment. He doesn't know that he's got 2 overs.
Yeah.
You know, I think, yeah, this is good. So this is sort of the reason why you raise 6s instead of limping 6s.
Yeah.
So that way, when you see bet that flop, it makes more sense than if you're limping and betting that flop when it checks to you with just 6s. You're probably never winning this.
So that's our show.
Yeah.
Stones Live,
That's
ladies
it,
and gentlemen.
yeah.
5-5 no limit hold'em. We hope you enjoyed it. We're back on Wednesday night. Veronica
10:25.
Brill and Justin Kelly.
The
10:25.
Veronica Brill.
Unlimited hold'em and the Justin Kelly,
the
right?
Justin Kelly.
It
Triumphant
should
return.
be a great show, and I'm looking forward to it. It's a really good lineup. It's not the one I showed you just
Right,
recently.
no,
it's a
new
different lineup.
Is this, can we spoil this one? a
I'm
little
not
bit?
showing you because you spoiled.
Oh, okay.
you
So we're not
spoiled-
spoiling. Can we can't tease it at all?
No.
Oh, okay.
I can't tell you Harlan will not be there because he's in
Oh, 'cause
Maui.
still in Maui,
So no
yeah.
Harlan, but I do have a fantastic lineup. It should be an exciting game. So mark your calendars, tune in. We're back Wednesday night. Veronica and Justin Kelly, thank you for being here. Thank you for following. We look forward to seeing you guys next time. Peace out. Stones Live. We love you. Mwah.